Gravy, gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pastor Gravy. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. And we go hit and lick and we'll get rich today. Rich, bitch.
Gravy, 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 gang. What's going on, everybody? Happy Gravy Day. It's Pass the Gravy, episode 611 with your good friends Alex, Pat, and Robert. And if you're tuning in on like a Wednesday and you're like, hey, why, wait, what the, where the, how the, Horton, here's a, who the Pass the Gravy's up already? That's because we're recording early. And that's why it's up early.
Yeah, we get it up early.
We got it up a little early this week, okay? So chill out a little
Morning
bit.
gravy.
Morning gravy or late night Tuesday gravy. Depending on some people listen on Tuesday.
Could be.
I don't know. But happy Gravy Day, everybody.
On the amigos.
We got a fun show for you. We're gonna talk about wolves. Gonna learn a little bit about ourselves. We're gonna live, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna love. And we're going to do a mock draft of things that we don't understand because, believe it or not, there's a lot of things right now that I don't understand.
I'd say most things.
More things than not, I do not understand. But now we're going to draft them. So I'm excited for that. Let's get the show started with the Precome segment. What would you guys bring in today?
I was thinking about this the other day. And we'll just do it just in terms of baseball because, I don't think it really happens with football because they always have support. How many fan bases in baseball do you think are not fair weather fans? Because we can say, I'll say Astros fans are. Because back in those years when we were really bad, that stadium was fucking empty. But Yankees and Red Sox, no matter what, they fill their stadium. They're the Yankees and the Red Sox.
But I think that the Yankees and Red Sox would also lead in fair weather fans where you got people that got a Boston Red Sox jersey. They don't give a shit about the Red Sox, but the Red Sox are good. They're coming to Minute Maid. You're going to see all those Red Sox fans let's go.
Yeah,
let's go. I jinx the Yankees when I go to games, so I stopped going to games, but it's not because I'm a fair weather fan. It's because I'm more I'm not going to ruin this team. I'm not going to let this happen, so it's not going to be on my watch. I'm going to watch from afar. Yeah,
the ranks swell when they're good for those, but their core is there regardless. If either team is 20 games under 500, the stadium is still selling out. They're going to be packed every game. Even on the road, they still draw everyone. Their fans are there regardless.
Yeah.
I don't know how many other franchises do that. I think Cubs,
definitely.
Wrigley's always filled. I feel like Milwaukee kind of sneaky too. I feel like I never see their stadium empty, but also fucking it's Milwaukee. I never see their games, period. I think there's probably only maybe
Cardinals.
5.
Cardinals are pretty.
Cardinals are definitely always there.
diehard.
They love their team.
I think I saw Padres. They had a lot of sold out games last year.
Really?
I think
I'm not.
Mets are kind of.
Padres, especially now that the Chargers are gone. It's that's all they have left.
Well, they got San Diego FC. Don't forget about them.
Yeah, like I said, it's the only team that they have.
Inaugural season in the MLS. So.
Oh, you could have told me they've been a founding member, and I would have believed
they
you.
Did just have a fight during. I think they played LAFC. And
what did two guys slap each other and then both fall down?
I don't know. San Francisco and LA kind of have a thing, and they fought LAFC. They had a Dodgers Giants kind of thing.
Ooh,
there's a bad incident. People got in trouble.
Yeah, that's another one. Dodgers are not when they sucked. Their stadium was empty. It's LA. There's too many other things to do there.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
It was just a random thought I had, and I was I don't know. And then that's why I was I wonder what other sports. I was well, football's football. Your stadium's never going to be empty. The NFL.
I feel the Reds are pretty consistent.
Yeah.
In baseball, at least. I don't know if that translates to the Bengals. I feel football's different because you only get 8 games.
Yeah.
Or now 9 games.
And football's just king.
It's football.
Basketball, kind of the same thing.
You got 82 games. The Rockets, a lot of Rockets fans are fair weather. And I think a lot of people aren't going to go to a 6:00 tip off
for a bad basketball. And that's the thing with basketball too. It's
last
you're either
year,
good or you're complete shit. There's no okay teams in basketball anymore. It's either tank or you have a team to go for it.
Like, I will say by the end of the Rockets game, the Rockets season, this like regular season, I bet you I've watched 60, 65 Rockets games. Maybe not like hardcore watched the entire way through, but like had it on the background. That's like my brother and I just like 90% of our text messages are just talking shit about the Rockets game.
Yeah,
Like, suck my dick, Draymond Green.
Even when the Rockets are good, it's like you turn it on and throughout the first quarter, the stadium is empty.
Yeah.
People just don't get to the game. Maybe that's a Houston traffic thing.
I don't know. But like I'm not saying I'm better than anybody because the Yankees are not better than the Astros. But it pissed me off when like Astros fans were giving me all that shit. And I was like, I didn't talk a bunch of shit to you guys. I didn't talk a bunch of shit to you. And now you're being dicks to me. That's why I had to put a curse on him one time. So I had to put a curse on him in that Rays year because I was like, I worked Astros games. I worked for the Astros when the fucking no one was at the games. We used to buy the $5 tickets and then move all the way down.
Dude, remember that was like before.
Don't act like you care now.
That was kind of before like Stream East and shit too. So you really couldn't watch the fucking game. Like there was still some sites you could find, but it was really hard. That was a dark era.
I don't know, and like Fairweather fans are everywhere.
That's just, I mean, it's a part of
and
sports.
They just get loud. Like everybody's got Fairweather fans. They just get louder when they get better.
That's why it's impressive when there's
Tigers are pretty
teams
loyal. Tigers fans are pretty loyal.
Yeah.
White Sox fans, even though I feel like they're kind of trying to like boycott Jerry Reinsdorf, who's in charge of them.
That's just a depressing team.
But like, I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just like a fashion thing. Because like I'm trying to think like baseball hats are different because you see a lot of people that wear baseball hats that may not be fans of that team. They're like, well, this like White Sox hat matches my shirt and my shoes.
Yeah.
Pirates too. You have a bunch of random people that are like not Pittsburgh people, but like are like I don't know, black and yellow rocks.
Big Wiz Khalifa guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just super impressive when
Robert's
an organization
a huge Fairweather
has.
fan.
Robert's
I know he's the
not.
opposite of a Fairweather fan. Robert's a Fairweather baseball fan. He's a diehard Astros fan. Like Robert could give two shits less about any other thing. About like if you're like, yo, did you watch Sunday Night Baseball? He's like, not at all.
He's not even a Fairweather baseball fan. He's just an Astros fan.
I love that about him though. I'm kind of that way with the soccer now. I'm like EPL. I tried to get all into it. Like I know a lot of the players, but like I could not tell you the table right now. I know West Ham's not going to get relegated.
That's hard.
Yeah. But it's like I only have the bandwidth for so much.
Did you even watch the World Series last year, Robert?
No.
So yeah,
I watched half. I'm happy.
Which I respect that about Robert. That it honestly sometimes I'm jealous. Like, oh, I don't have two things to watch every single night when I go home.
Yeah.
What I am watching though is it just came out today. The Clubhouse. It's the Netflix doc about the Red Sox season last year. Mm-hmm. I just started watching that. There's 8 episodes, I believe. I just watched the first.
It's like
episode.
full swing for baseball.
Pretty much. And it was a good thing that the Red Sox were actually somewhat decent last year because going into it, I was like, they picked a bad year because I thought they were going to suck last year.
And here's me. That's like a spoiler for me because I have no idea what the Red Sox did last year.
Yeah, they weren't great, but they
didn't make the playoffs?
No.
Yeah, I didn't know
but
that.
like I thought they were going to be like bottom of the barrel of like the whole league last year, and they played all right. Still, I don't know why they chose the Red Sox to do this for the first baseball team, a team that was not supposed to do anything like that.
Because they're the Red Sox. It's like they're one of those brands.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's why they would do the Cowboys, anything.
That you knew was going to be good.
Yeah.
I guess the Yankees or the Dodgers probably didn't want to do it.
Yeah. I don't want to see Aaron Boone any more than I have to. I don't
want to see any of the Yankees anymore. Like,
I've
Judge's dumb fucking face with his fixed teeth.
He got the money.
Did he fix his teeth?
Yeah, like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, when he got paid.
Yeah. It was like right when he got his contract, all of a sudden the gap was gone, and you're like, ugh.
He did like the reverse.
Like, I get it. He needed to. He was hideous, and now he's still hideous.
I did the
horse
Judge.
teeth.
I didn't get money, but I got Invisalign when I was gonna get married, and I was like, I don't want to have a fucking gap. I was looking at there was an old like memory clip of us like I can't remember what we were talking about, but it was one of like the ones that we share every week, and it was from like 5 years ago, and I was like, See that fucking gap? What a loser. I fucking hated the way I looked. And I remember having to edit it, and I was like, no. I hated it. Got Invisalign. It only cost a bunch of money. But now I'm happier.
And you look beautiful.
On the outside.
It's good. Your outside matches your inside. You're beautiful both in and out.
I'll tell you one thing. Like, I didn't wear the retainer when my parents were responsible for my teeth. When I was growing up, I sure wear it every night when I was responsible for it.
Oh, yeah. When the money's coming out of your pocket.
Yeah.
It's a whole different story.
So kids, just fucking wear your retainers. Your parents.
I spend half my day just turning off lights.
Why is this on?
I'm like,
why is this on?
The sun is out. Why is the light on the stairs? Get out of here.
You left a fan on in a room no one's in?
Oh,
what are we doing cool in this room?
I'd be such a good cranky sitcom dad.
Yeah. Yeah, you would. That was a good question though about fair weather fans. I feel like a lot of hockey is fair weather people just because people don't care about hockey as much.
I don't know.
You get the diehards.
But people that love hockey. So
Yeah.
when they've got a team, they show up. It's just really like bottom barrel, really bad teams.
That's true. Red Wings are gonna break my heart, and I know it. But I'm like they.
You're still in that phase though. You can just be like, hey, we're young.
Yeah.
You can hope that you would have done a little better this year, but you're young. You're learning how to.
But
win.
they're doing that thing where like we got 5 games left. We probably need to go at worst 4-0-1. Like we need points in just about every game, and I know they're not going to do that. But like tonight I could be all the way out. But every time I think I'm out, they beat the Hurricanes or they beat
at least your team's in it.
Panthers.
The Bruins have just depressed me this year. Sports are stupid, and I hate them.
Yeah, sports are kind of dumb.
Like when it's good, sports are the
Sports
best thing
are
in the
awesome,
world.
but
When
then-
it's bad, it's like now I'm just a 34-year-old man who's like mental health and how I feel on a day-to-day basis changes because of my sports ball teams.
Sports are either really awesome or really bad at all times.
It's like, I feel like I should feel bad about this.
You
And I
just
don't.
spent fucking 3 hours watching this shit. You could have been doing other stuff.
Oh, I bailed on my friends hanging out so I could watch a game where we
Yeah,
got
I could have
killed
played
by
Fortnite with the
13
boys,
runs.
but no. I'm going to watch the Red Wings blow a lead in the last minute again. Like that 17th time this year.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough out here for us. We're not.
See,
having a
we're
great
the real
sports time.
people you should be talking about. Like, there's other people that are going to talk about depression and stuff. It's sad sports fans you should really be worried about. That's the real depression.
Yeah, making me want to just crawl into bed and not move for 12 hours.
Yeah,
which I think is what they call depression.
but worse.
So much worse.
Worse than depression. Robert, did you bring anything for the Precome segment?
So this is by Memorial Park. They're the new tunnels that are there, and I'm sure this is in other places too around town. But this is where I see it most of the time.
The garden tunnels that they just built?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like right around there, there's like a sign that says, "Oh, we have like native plants here, other things, whatever." And like that's good. You know, it's non-invasive.
Indigenous plants.
They help keep it like a balanced ecosystem. They just look ugly. Native Texas plants are ugly.
Like weeds.
Feels
Yeah,
like we're
they do
the-
just like
That's why they're native. It's like, bro,
We're part
No one planted
plains
this
and
shit.
part swamp. What do we have? Fucking bushes?
ever heard of bluebonnet?
Yeah, I mean that's it. That's the blue bonnets and Indian paintbrushes. Just put those in there.
Cacti's.
Yeah.
Any other actual like bushes and plants that come from this region are bullshit.
Yeah.
yeah, they're not nice to look at. It looks like you light a match and the whole thing's gonna burn.
Like,
Well,
I
let's
think,
just fill the tunnels with pollen. How about that?
do we need to chill out a little bit with flowers in general? Like, I feel like you always see the crews there. I mean, I'm not trying to take jobs away from anybody. I'm a big jobs guy. But like, you always see like, oh, at my old apartment complex, they would like, oh, cool, they put new flowers in like every couple months. I was like, what was wrong with the other flowers? These were fine. Like, they didn't die or anything. But like, nope, take these out, rip these bad boys up. Let's put new ones in. And then you get used to looking at nice flowers. So then Robert drives home and he sees these shit flowers and he's like, fuck them. I want better flowers. And he's like, maybe you're a little spoiled. Maybe if we just had the regular indigenous flowers, as they say, you would already be like, oh, okay, I'm used to seeing this. Be just like seeing grass.
That's
But no.
essentially what it is. Like, it's just look grass. And
You've been spoiled by seeing beautiful
it
flowers.
just looks like weeds.
Yeah. It's the immigrant flowers that are coming in, taking our flowers' jobs. It's really what it is. You should deport all the... Robert's saying we should deport all the other flowers.
You got all these Mexican flowers like agave coming across the border.
And they went on a weird political rant about flowers.
That'd be funny. There's just one agave plant in the middle, just like, Who put a cactus in my tunnel? All right, so Robert hates plants.
These ones specifically, yes.
That's fine. I'm down with it because you know what? Planting plants in there, it feels like art to me, and you know me, I'm very anti-art.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Like you're doing too much, dude.
Doing way too much, and apparently not doing enough because
Let nature do
you
its
put them in
job.
there and then they look like shit. You're doing too much and not enough at the same time.
And like nature, it's like save nature. Let's do a bit. You ever thought about looking better?
It's like they said in
dress yourself up every now and then. I'm not saying you got to pull your tits out all the time, but I'm saying every now and then throw on a skirt.
Yeah, like in a League of
Flowers.
Their Own. Anything worth doing is worth doing right. If you're gonna put plants in the tunnel, make them pretty.
Put the good ones.
That shitty grass that have to fucking dampen our sweet boy Robert's mood.
Yeah, Robert's life is ruined because of these plants. Maybe it's also you're thinking maybe it's Sam's fault. At Sam's Pants and Plants.
She bought all the good plants.
She does
and that's
have all those
left.
cool plants in your house, so you are very spoiled. Like art in your house is plants.
Yeah.
And you also have art in your house, but like you leave your house, you're like, this isn't a cool fucking cactus in a penis shape.
It's not. Yeah, that's what it is. I've been spoiled just like at home having like nice looking plants.
She gets the best of the best, so that's all you know.
So the next mayoral race, when
Maybe
Alex
check your
runs
plant
again,
privilege.
when you run again and win this time, we'll put Sam in charge of the tunnel plants.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, dude. Hell yeah.
We'll be handing out jobs to all of our friends, dude. We're gonna be so corrupt.
No downside to that. Well, yeah, that's why I want to be in politics. I want to corrupt so many things.
I mean, why else do you do it?
That's why. I want to insider trade also.
Personal financial gain. That's the only reason to go into public service.
Absolutely. There's no other
or
reason.
so it seems.
No other reason. I had a couple of things that I've just come up with over the last week. Where do I start? Okay. So a lot of my life is walking my dog at the park now. I got a cool little park I go to, so I see a lot of people doing things. I mean, that's how the pickleball thing came up last week, by the way. Fuck you, pickleballers. I don't care what any of you hate. I don't care. They were hating on the talk. They were hating on the talk. It doesn't matter. But is there any way to look cool while you're swatting a bee?
No, especially for me because I'm allergic, so I'm probably also screaming and cowering like a little girl as I'm doing it.
Yeah. I'm
probably just running. Like if there's a bee, I just take off.
Yeah. I mean, you can be the toughest, manliest, strongest dude in the world, but a bee comes over, you go, ah! Ah! Yeah! Ah!
I can't imagine not looking girly doing it. Because one, like even if you make contact
not even
and
looking
you hit
girly.
it, you're probably getting stabbed in the hand. And then you're going to make, owie. How do bees hurt so much?
I don't know. I did see a guy, he was running around the track I was walking my dog on, and he stopped and he sat at this bench today, and he was drinking his water, and you could tell he was just taking a break. And then I was walking around, I did another lap, and as I was walking around, he was swatting at a bee. I would imagine it was a bee. It was some insect, and I think it was a bee. But then he grabbed a stick and was like swinging at it. And I was like, that guy could beat the fuck out of that bee. And it's just like, that guy didn't
give you an owie.
Right. No, I mean, he's not wrong. Like I would have probably done, get away, go. Like, and why do you always tell it to go away? Like the bee hears you and he's like, okay.
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even run anymore because I'm old and fat. The last time a bee was near me, I literally just I did this. I just pulled my shoulders up and ducked my head and cowered and tried to walk away.
Yeah.
Which is probably even less manly looking than swatting at it like a little girl. I was just I can't even go after you.
The real manly thing is just to let it sting you.
Yeah, I don't carry an EpiPen, so if they get me in the neck, I'll just die.
Yeah, it's like the people that do that never saw my girl. R.I.P. Thomas J. Fuck.
That's a horror movie for me.
Got me bad. Veda Vega, whatever her name was.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. It was too scary for me.
You didn't watch it?
No, because he died from bee sting.
Yeah, dude. He hated bees.
I'm pretty sure that's why my parents never showed me that movie, because they're like, he's going to think he's going to die.
And then they had an open casket.
This kid's kind of a fucking idiot.
He's going to be all swole up.
Well, the swelling goes down.
The death doesn't.
No.
Never thought about that, did you?
I mean, no.
No. Was it Macaulay
They put him
Culkin?
on ice.
I think it was Macaulay Culkin, too.
It was.
Yeah.
He's dead as shit.
Isn't it crazy that, like Marv and Harry couldn't get him in either of the Home Alones,
But a bee
despite
got him.
having all of that shit? Like, they could say he's a fucking child, but a couple bees. Like, maybe Marv and Harry should have brought some bees with him. I don't know.
Yeah, he couldn't. It's hard to get a trap to kill a bee. Very small.
Yeah. That would have been crazy, though, if that was like My Girl 2 is just him. Like, he returns from the dead, and he's just like, he's got vengeance on his mind.
So the whole second movie is just a 2-hour long, like, Rube Goldberg machine. At the very end, it just a fly swatter hits a bee.
Yep. And then I
My Girl 2, The Revenge.
The bees just drop into the water. He's like, who's the bitch now?
It's the girl grown up, and she's, like, laughing maniacally. She's just a bee serial killer.
Yeah, she just hates bees.
She's the reason the bee population is declining, and then it wipes out the earth because there's nothing being pollinated anymore.
She finds a way to, like, just take down the Cheerios Corporation.
Fuck that little bee.
Just because
that bee's
they're
propaganda.
mascot. Yeah.
Honey Nut Cheerios. I'm so nice. Fuck you. You killed Thomas J.
Yeah.
You little
murderer.
bitch.
You murdering murderer.
He was a hell of a leadoff hitter in that little computer video game that came in the grocery or the cereal boxes when we were a kid.
Yeah. He's got that going for him.
Small strike zone.
He's like, he was the original Altuve. Think about
That's who
that.
they should dress up as a bee every year for Halloween. That'd be adorable.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, no cool way to swap bees. Just can't ever look cool doing it.
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't figured it out.
I guess you just gotta get stung. I guess that's the only way. But like, you're not swatting it. Swatting anything, you don't really look cool.
You just gotta be a cowboy and be like, that was nothing.
Because after a while, like, a swat turns into a smack. When you make contact with it, it's like it's not a swat anymore. It's a smack. Swat is the attempt to smack something.
Pimp smack.
Yeah.
No, pimp slap would be back of the hand. I guess you could back of the hand it.
Because like swatting at a fly never really looks cool. When you hit the fly eventually, it's like smack. Like that feels cool.
Like, oh, I got
but
him.
like, yeah, you didn't swat him, you just smacked him. And then fly swatter, it's like, I know
Smack the shit out.
you swat with it, but you don't, the act of hitting the fly is not swatting it, it's smacking it.
It's such a good feeling too.
Oh yeah.
When you get the fly, you're like, fucking nailed it.
And then remember they invented the cheat code ones where it's just the tennis racket that's the electric one. You just
And then you just start shocking yourself.
yeah, and then you're like, I wonder if it could. It does hurt.
All right, the tingle's pretty bad.
Remember when we did a shot collar podcast and Robert? Was it every time we cussed, or just when Robert felt like?
I think it was just when I felt like it.
It was like around the horn.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know how the points worked. Robert just was like, "No, I don't like that answer." Ow!
Pat's talking taste.
Yeah, I think we put it on like our wrists, and we both
Yeah, 'cause
just had like marks on our wrists.
For a couple days
They're
afterwards,
like
I
burn
feel
marks.
Was it just the wrist? I thought.
We tried it on the neck
neck.
beforehand, and it was not fun.
Yeah,
So
and we were also like, probably not good for us to be shocking our vocal cords as we're talking.
Yeah. I think that was probably an overall good decision.
Should we do it again?
Is that what happens to the loser of mock drafts? Yeah. You have to grab a cop's gun and get shocked for a whole episode?
You have to get tased while grabbing a cop's gun.
We're really putting whoever loses in hell.
It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. I just come in second place every fucking time.
So far.
I'm gonna have like the least amount of third places, and I'm still gonna come in last.
Well, if you're not first, you're last.
That's true.
Theoretically.
So then about 2 people are gonna have to grab a gun.
Well,
then.
no, not really. Because then
Okay.
you're last.
All right. Well, you're a bitch.
If you're not first, you're still last, but you can be last.
You're a bitch. I need us all to tie so nobody has to grab a gun.
Or we all have to grab
Starting to get it.
simultaneously.
Like I know I have a plan for it, but I'm worried my friends that are cops won't let me do that, and then I'm just gonna have to grab a cop's gun and I'm gonna get shot. I'm starting to get serious anxiety about this.
But dude, just think of the podcast content.
I got shot for
Not cool. Got shot by a cop trying to grab his gun. Well, why'd you grab his gun? I lost mock draft season.
Are we gonna...
Your Honor, it was all because of a bet.
Gonna be doing the fucking podcast remote from a cell.
That'd be sick. A cell where you smuggled in a camera. It couldn't be worse than most of your.
Not cool this week. I had to
cameras.
shove a webcam up my ass to get it into the prison.
Yeah, you got to get the guy that knows how to get things.
It's called keystering.
Yeah, I wouldn't know, but I'm sure that many films have taught you that.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly Shawshank
In South Park.
and South Park.
Yeah.
All right, what else did I have? Robes with pockets are a little bit ambitious, aren't they?
I couldn't disagree more. You're already like as comfortable as possible.
Yeah.
Why not give it pockets?
You need pockets.
You'll never use them. I'm never gonna put anything.
That's the
in,
thing. It's like you're wearing this around the house. Like you need pockets.
But it's like everything's cozy, except my hands are exposed. Bam, hands are cozy.
Right
again.
in the pocket.
Do you guys have robes?
I do not.
No,
I have a kimono. I don't get to wear it a lot now, but
I've got
I
a
used
Colombian like poncho thing that I wore on the podcast.
I do remember that.
Pat, should I get an apron?
Yes.
Yes.
I've been thinking about it recently, just like
You need to get one of the joke ones where it's like it's got the flap, and when you lift it up, it's a wiener there. That's the apron that you need. I feel like Sam would really like that.
What do you just for cooking?
yeah, just for cooking.
You should get one that says "Kiss the Cook"
Or what's cooking good looking?
Oh,
you have to get a basic ass apron.
Mm-hmm.
or one of those where it's just like a muscly dude, and you're like, "Hey Sam, what's up?" And she's like, "Oh,
Do they
cool."
make tuxedo aprons? That would be a
They
good
definitely
one.
do.
Tuxedo apron would be a good one for him. Piano key necktie apron.
I was about to say piano neck key as well. I mean, there's lots of them. I wear an apron sometimes when I cook. You're frying stuff, bro. That stuff
You got an
gets
apron too?
everywhere.
I'll get an apron then.
Maybe one with gravy on it.
Got a Williams Sonoma one. It was a wedding gift. Don't remember who gave it to me, but thank you if you're watching.
You're
Probably
welcome.
not if you shop at Williams Sonoma.
You're welcome.
Did you get it for me?
No.
I don't know.
But I'll take the credit though. You don't remember.
Yes, you got to take pictures in it though. We need a cute little modeling.
Okay.
I just think that a robe with pockets is a little bit ambitious, where it's like, just hey, keep it simple. You throwing it on because you're not going anywhere.
It's all about coziness, man. Why are you trying to?
What do you need?
poo-poo
What do you
the-
need pockets for to be cozy?
Because pockets are cozy, dude. You're a real poopy pants today.
I don't think so.
You're being Mr. Poop.
I just think that it is like a little over the top. Like
You just don't know how to relax anymore, dude.
I do know how.
You're
to
too
relax.
anxious.
I'm the only one on the pod with a robe. I know how to relax. Maybe the best.
I just go naked, dude.
Yeah.
All natural.
But like, it looks cool with a robe.
It does.
Robes are always cool. They always play.
I do like throwing on the my Packers onesie every once in a while when it's cold outside.
Yeah, or your Cartman one.
Or what's the not onesie? The blanket with the sleeves. Snuggie, that's it. Oh, the Snuggie.
Snuggies are good. That was a good idea.
If only that Snuggie had pockets now. Now that we'd be cooking with gasoline.
I don't know. I think robes just they have one purpose. You don't need pockets for robes.
I think you're just overthinking comfort.
I might
man.
be.
I want a robe so badly right now. Honestly,
Get
like
one.
if you had a robe with pockets right now and I was able to put it on, I think I'd fall asleep in the next 2 minutes while we were doing the podcast.
If it
I'd be
had
that
pockets,
cozy. Yeah.
what if it didn't have pockets? I bet you wouldn't know. Like if you're not you probably wouldn't even use the pockets. That's the whole point. It's like
I feel like I'd be too warm without the pockets. And I know that doesn't make sense, but I feel like having the hands exposed, like, oh, I can feel how cool the air is. Now I'm warm underneath this. If the pockets, the hands are in the pockets, it's just whole body gets warm and goes into shutdown mode.
okay.
Robe with pockets would be like elite for a couch nap.
I think just a robe in general would probably be great for a couch nap. About
Golf. Golf is what's needed for a couch nap.
Yeah, I bought house shoes the other day. I felt like that was like a very old man purchase.
Yeah,
Been
no, the
like-
shoes are out. As soon as I get home, no more shoes.
They're not like fluffy slippers or anything. They're just like regular like slips. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's a dad purchase right there."
I've got house shoes.
Yeah,
It's like some rubber Birkenstocks.
yeah. I don't have any hard. We have like all hardwood now, or like tile, and we're our new place that we're in. So like, there's no carpet, and it's like sometimes your feet get a little dirty.
Yep.
I just showered. I just want to walk around in some house shoes.
That's fair enough. I'm just a dirtbag and don't care.
But
I will.
It is
do
a
the
cool
thing.
move to like flip your house shoes off at the end of the night. You're like, that's it.
Usually, I just keep my socks on, or I'll keep my socks on for like 2 more hours after I get home, just so I can be like, oh yeah, now I take the socks off and it feels even better.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I have one more level of comfort to unlock while
That's
I'm
true.
home.
That's true.
I
All
can't
right.
wait to do that when I might take my socks off for the car ride home.
Do it. Treat yourself, bro.
Super comfort.
It's a little treat. What do we got? Okay, if you had to live in one store, which would you pick? And also, I think we could power rank these. I'll go first. If I had to live, you have to live in any store. What are we doing? We're power ranking places that we would live in, stores that we would live in.
I mean, Walmart. You've got everything you need.
Well, that's up there. All right, so power ranking stores we live in. 5 is Home Depot. I looked it up. They sell TVs in some Home Depots. So you have a TV, you
and
can
the
watch.
smells are great.
Yeah, you could build anything you wanted.
You got a nice garden outside.
There's a shower. I don't know if it works. Toilet. I mean, definitely not connected to anything, but not my problem.
You can go camping outside in the plants.
You can find the pretty plants. REI would be 4.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a camping place.
Okay.
So you got all the camping stuff.
I don't know why you just didn't go Academy.
Well, Academy would also be on the list. But REI would be there. Actually, Academy is not top 5.
Dick's
Sporting Goods would be good. But REI, just because like it's a camping store, so you could find the camping food. You could live off of that too. No TVs would be the downside. Walmart would be 3 because they got everything there. You're good. And I mean, if you like, mostly all these places have to have TVs because they got to be able to watch
couches.
Stuff. I could set up an Xbox.
The couch is like important because you need somewhere to sleep.
Yeah, or at least like you could get a cot if you're at like a camping place.
True.
2 is Bass Pro Shop. That would rock because I think they have camping stuff there. If not, I'd sleep in one of the boats.
This is my houseboat.
Yeah, it's my houseboat, literally.
I didn't even think about it. Okay, yeah.
I'm living on land in a houseboat. And then bonus if you get one of the cool ones where they have the fishing tank that you're not supposed to fish in, but like at night I'm fishing in that shit.
What if you got to be the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid?
That would be, I mean, that's a hotel, so you would just have a room.
That's like the White House.
That is the White
stores.
House of departments.
It's the final boss.
Yes. And then number 1 is Target. Because Target's got camping stuff. They got TVs.
It's nicer
They've
Walmart.
Got bedding. You're less likely to get stabbed. And it closes so you'd have it to yourself at all times at one point.
While Target probably should be it because of the bedding and sleeping, the number 1 should be PetSmart. I live with puppies.
But they don't always keep the puppies there at night. You'd have lizards and birds. Snakes, maybe.
Oh, no, I would let them all out the front door and only have the dogs. Dogs and cats.
You'd eat the lizards.
I could. Probably tastes like chicken.
Yeah. Never had.
They're basically dinosaurs.
I mean,
PetSmart would be like, oh, where do you sleep? In a pen with 8 puppies every night.
Or a really fluffy dog bed.
I just get a big dog bed and I get all of the dogs.
I got Wheezy a really cool dog bed, and I kind of want to lay in it all the time. Like, that looks sick.
Laying in a dog bed with a dog is an elite experience.
It's just a furry inner tube.
It's like, this is your bed, but we're going to share it because at night we're going to share my bed.
Yep. Like, you got to share too.
Dog naps, elite.
But if you get too comfy, then, like, my last dog and Wheezy, like, Wheezy sometimes won't sleep in my bed because her bed's so comfy. I'm like, well, fuck. I'm gonna downgrade your bed then.
It's betrayal. You
Like,
have to sleep.
I got this bed so comfy for you because I love you, but I also want you to snuggle me at night. You have a duty to do.
He said duty.
I said duty. So yeah, I would go
I like your
Target-
list, but I'm going to put
Target, Bass
PetSmart
Pro,
at the top.
Walmart, REI, and Home Depot.
What store would you like to live in, Robert? Best Buy.
I was gonna say Best Buy, honestly.
Best Buy would be good.
That would be
Best
kind of
Buy.
sick.
I go Best Buy, Walmart, Target, Costco, Sam's.
That's
Ooh,
good.
I didn't even think about Costco.
Oh, dude, Costco and Sam's, because you have beds. Because I was thinking mattress stores. Like, I was like, what's a furniture store? Because they would have TVs.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
gallery furniture would be sick.
And they got popcorn.
And
I could live on popcorn.
And you just get to hang out with Mattress Mac.
And isn't there a monkey there, too? Doesn't he have a monkey?
I don't know. That'd be
Maybe
sick,
not.
though.
Maybe he had a monkey there one time.
Mattress Mac walks over and nudges you like, hey, we need to sell this bed. Get out of it.
Okay, I'll go to the next one.
Yeah.
Or one of these comfortable couches where I can recline and then watch the game. And you know Mattress Mac's got cable and all those bad boys, too.
Dude, an NFL Sunday from your pick of like 46. All right, the Mojo. I need to change to a different
Yep.
bed.
Oh, fuck. All right, we gave up a touchdown. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go back.
We need queso in the king bed.
Can somebody bring me more popcorn?
All right, yeah, popcorn over in the queen bed for the second quarter.
That's one of the intrusive thoughts.
That might just be it, just because all the comfortable mattresses.
Yeah. Well, I've been
Every night
about
you sleep in a brand new mattress.
Yep. And then it's discounted for somebody else. So really, I'm helping other people because they're like, somebody slept in this.
You never get like your indentation.
But you also don't get to break it in. Sometimes that's the best part about breaking in a bed is like when you finally start to get your indentation.
That's true, yeah, because sleeping in a different bed every night would actually suck.
It would be cool at the
Your body needs to
beginning.
get used to it, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you'd just find your favorite bed quickly.
But the popcorn machine would be the biggest draw for me for gallery furniture. Like I've been thinking about buying a popcorn machine for
Dude, every night
months.
you just smell buttery popcorn as you're going to sleep.
At the bar I go to watch soccer in Nick's Place. Shout out to Nick's Place. They're awesome. I've been like 5 times because I live closer to it than ever before now. I've been 5 times in the last like 2 weeks. But they have popcorn there. And I always like get the food at the bar. But then like I always am going to scoop up one thing of popcorn and a little French fry tray. And I'm going to have some popcorn because it's popcorn. And it rocks.
And it's like no calories.
Yeah.
Such a healthy
Even though
snack.
I like put butter and all the salt on it.
Yeah, don't worry
it's
about
fine
dousing
for
it
you.
in butter and salt.
It's fine. It cancels out. It's healthy.
If the package says 10 calories, nothing
all,
you add
yeah.
on afterwards adds
Yeah,
calories.
that doesn't count.
That's the rules.
But like I was like, if I just buy the popcorn machine, yeah.
The first time you had to clean it, you'd be like,
Right,
God
yeah.
damn it."
Somebody would have to clean it, and that's the problem because I wouldn't want to clean it. But like,
That's one of those ones where you have to go to
if
your
it's
wife.
yours, if it's yours, you just like keep it going.
You go to your wife, you're like, listen, I'm thinking about buying a popcorn machine, but are you willing to be the one to clean it?
Yeah, I mean they're not.
I will get us popcorn. You have to do all the responsibilities of it, though.
They're not that expensive.
They're not. It's just, let's be real. If you buy it, you're going to use it for a week and then never use it again. Like you'll use it once
Like
every 6 months.
$119, and that's not including all the stuff you got to get with it.
Oh, God, no. I'm just picturing buttery popcorn. I can smell it.
I mean, you can
want
get the
it.
lesser one that is $73. It's the nostalgia popcorn machine.
You
Professional
should drop
cart.
like $600
That's the
on like a
one.
good movie quality one.
Because then like there's like the hot air popcorn ones. It's like that's kind of like I don't want to. That's half-assing it. I'm gonna go. I want a cart that I wheel in, or nothing. You know, like,
It's probably going to be nothing then.
I want that to be like when people walk in, they're like Alex has a popcorn machine. Like that'll be like an attraction.
Hey, Emma, I bought a popcorn machine. It's going to take up half of the entryway. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, our daughter no longer has a play place in the living room, but we got a popcorn machine.
She has popcorn.
She doesn't have teeth yet, but when she does,
Okay, no teeth or kernels to get stuck behind then.
and
Boom.
also think of how much cheaper it is to buy popcorn than baby food.
That's a damn good point.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah,
Popcorn and titty milk.
that's all you need.
Sounds like a punk album for babies.
Sounds like like a Blink-182 song. All right, so those were our places we live, and then I also want a popcorn machine. Moving on, Robert, why don't you tell everybody about the Houston clothing swap? Because I've told y'all for weeks, I've got all this awesome swag I've got ready to give and donate to it. The Houston clothing swap. Sam is in. She's one of the people in charge of it, but we're all looking forward to that.
Yeah, Houston Clothing Swap is this month, April 27th. That's a Sunday from noon to 4. Basically how it works is you have your lightly used clothing or you don't wear anymore, doesn't fit you. Maybe you gained some weight. Maybe you've lost some weight. You could bring it into the swap. we're asking for a $10 donation, and you can swap it out with other clothes that people bring. And these events have hundreds of people. Hundreds of people bring clothes. Someone always leaves with something. Our first one was last April, and people kept going back and forth to their cars. They would grab a handfuls of the clothes and put in bags, take it to their car, come back, grab more.
No, you're not. You pay the $10.
Yeah,
the $10 donation,
mm-hmm.
And then, hey, I like this shirt. It's mine now.
Yeah.
Okay, here are these pants that I don't want. You know what? I'm gonna set them here. I'm gonna leave them here. It's just whatever you want. You've been tired of a shirt you got, but somebody else might love it. Great idea.
Yeah, we got.
It's like free shopping for $10.
Exactly, $10, and you get unlimited clothes. You can bring unlimited clothes. It's shirts, pants, women's skirts, jerseys, shoes, all sorts of accessories that are going to be there. And it's not just the clothing swap. There's also vendors that are there, like some household goods vendors, some food vendors. There's other things that are going to be there as well, and it's going to be a good time. It's April 27th from 12 to 4 at 2206 Edward Street, Suite B. It's Sawyer Yards by the Silos.
Okay.
If you're familiar with that area, around the Heights, it'll be a good time.
And it's at Houston Clothing Swap. You can give them a follow on socials.
On Instagram. Mm-hmm.
On Instagram, and I see that they do a bunch of great promo for it. They'll tell you what you like. I saw not to bring stuff with holes in it, not to bring stuff that's stained.
Yes,
no underwear, nothing like that.
Yeah, don't be weird. Don't bring underwear.
But they got it's pretty like an idiot like me. They're like, do bring these things. Don't bring these things. Don't bring clothing racks. We got this, and then they donate everything that is left over that nobody takes. So it's not like if you donate a bunch of clothes, don't feel like you're just dumping clothes because people either take it or it'll get donated, and it's a way to help out with some sustainable clothes instead of buying new clothes and wasting stuff that's going to end up in a landfill. Now you're helping out other people.
Exactly. So many clothes end up in the landfill. There are so many clothes already. You're gonna find some good clothes there.
April 27th. I'm gonna try and be out there, buddy.
Hope you can make it.
All right. At Houston Clothing Swap on Instagram. They're going to be the official sponsor of the Comeback Kids segment this week. It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch. All right. Our first Comeback Kid this week is Wolves. Because they're bringing dire wolves.
Why?
Back.
Why?
I'm glad that you're on this side.
Hey, let's reintroduce an apex predator.
It's like literally Jurassic Park, and they made 7 movies about why this is a bad idea. And then I saw somebody was like, well, they can do this with woolly mammoths too. I was like, no, don't. And Jurassic Park, they didn't have AI. They got AI, and if you don't think some fucking nerd was like, what if we put AI brains in them? Then what could go wrong with that? Like the 9-foot wolf that could just turn on us and then kill us all?
I feel like there was just one basic white woman who was a geneticist. It was like, I'm going to make dire wolves.
No, it was Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones did it. They
didn't even name it Ghost. It's right there.
I didn't watch Game of Thrones except for the first episode, and I'm a big Team Bran guy, but you guys know that. But
good call.
Yeah, Bran the Broken. He's my dude. But I saw the videos of the puppies today, and they were really cute. And I was like,
they're so cute, but come on.
I'm not going to fall for it because that's what Jurassic Park. Remember when they hatched the little egg? You're like, oh, it's a little baby dinosaur. Look how cute that is. No, it's a fucking velociraptor. He's going to fucking try and kill you, and he's going to try and open the little fucking kitchen door, and the kid's almost going to die.
Next, they're going to be like, oh, saber-tooth tiger. If you're going to do it with a harm. Bring back the dodo bird. All I heard was how stupid these birds are, and they look cool as shit. I would like to see those.
Do, but don't.
You're trying to tell me that
this is nature's way
we can have turkeys running around, but we can't reintroduce the dodo?
We don't need to.
But the dodo would be cool.
We don't need to.
That's it. If you're going to reintroduce animals that are extinct, do non-vicious ones. No predators.
So they mixed a gray wolf's genes, and they found fossilized DNA from a dire wolf that I think was thousands of years ago. They fossilized remains of it, and they took that DNA and then mixed it with a direwolf's DNA or with a gray wolf's DNA, because like a modern day gray wolf still has like 98 or 99% of the genealogy that direwolves did. They just aren't 9 feet tall or 9 feet wide or 9 feet long. I don't know, one of those. And they like mutated the gene with science and shit, did a bunch of nerd shit to it. And then we're like, boom, let's make these dire wolves. And now they got 2 dire wolves.
So now you brought back, I said apex predator. I don't know if it was an apex predator, a giant predator out of its time era, and you're going to keep it in captivity. What the fuck is that?
Or they're just going to get mad.
Or like, I know they reintroduced wolves to the Yellowstone. Are they just going to let them free in the Yellowstone to help take out the other populations that they need to? Like, what's the plan here?
Well,
or are they just going to give it to some white woman in San Diego? Be like, here's your dogs.
Some white woman in San Diego is probably going to get her own. But I did see, and it made a little bit more sense, that these were created in Dallas.
Fucking Dallas, man.
So it's like,
can Dallas just stop sucking?
Apparently not.
Like when are we going to stop putting up with this?
Like, well, let's keep it in captivity. Oh, like they did with the Indominus Rex in Jurassic Park. Yeah, how'd that go? Like they did with the T-Rex. How'd that work out?
Like in every piece of Jurassic Park,
every single movie where it was like, oh, it turns out bad idea. What if we did it again, but it's a little bit? No, don't. Fuck. Can you believe the dinosaurs got out again? We got electric fences. Like, turns out they can turn off.
I don't want anyone to get mauled.
Somebody's gonna get mauled.
But kinda. Just to be like, well, you know what did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah. Oh no, did the direwolf that was a fucking predator kill you because you fucking made one when you didn't have to make one? It's a bad idea, and I thought you would be all for this.
No.
I honestly was like, Pat's gonna be very pro direwolf.
What if they have delicious meat though?
Nope. Doesn't matter.
I mean, I don't want to eat it. It
doesn't matter.
Cloned meat.
It can't be good for you.
Like, what if it's delicious?
But like, they've been doing that with like our
little
food.
Pink Himalaya salt, some
the
cracked
food
black
system.
pepper.
This will just be another way they can poison us.
I just can't bring myself to figure out why.
We shouldn't be doing this.
Like Game of Thrones hysteria, it's gone. If you had done this 10 years ago, okay, maybe. Still back then, I would have been like, this is stupid.
Don't do it. It was gone for a reason.
Stop bringing back predators.
We don't need to do this.
We don't need more predators. We're at the top of the food chain. Why are we tempting fate?
Let's stay there. Let's stay there. And then they're going, like, it's going to be fucking, remember when they were like the Boston Dynamics dogs? That's fine. They won't ever do anything for bad. And it's like, well, also, what if we put a flamethrower on? We're like, why would you put a flamethrower on that?
It can do parkour and it has a machine gun attached to it.
And now it's got a brain in it, too. And it can think for itself. Like, what could go wrong? It could burn us all now. Now it has a gun. I don't know. Stop doing that shit. Chill the fuck out. We need, like, let's let these fucking direwolves, they're very cute. I say we let them get a little bit older so they're less cute. And then we walk them down Dealey Plaza again. Like, we know what happens there.
You know what? Let's just send them to the Cincinnati Zoo.
Yeah.
That's where they belong. So once they start, like,
Cincinnati Zoo will take
once they get a little too big, toss a child in there.
I'm sure they got an exhibit that's open.
I do kind of want to see how big they get.
I don't.
But that's the thing. If they don't get to full size, I'll be like, well, you see, you fucked it up. You gave it an inferior gray wolf to deal with.
Like a liger, when they made one, it was like, okay, that was kind of cool, but we already have lions and tigers. This wasn't already a thing that went away, and then we're like, hey, it's like, all right, I get like, it's like making dogs. You know, like it's making.
It's more so like making what is it, a mule?
Yeah. Just a donkey and a horse.
Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, is a mule the only acceptable hybrid? Because, like, even the liger, you're like, okay, that's cool, but, like, why are you making a bigger cat?
It's a lion and a tiger, jeez.
Like, you're creating this just to put it in captivity. You're making a giant 10-foot-long animal and then caging it. I feel like I'm getting real PETA on this, but I care about the animals.
Dude.
But mules, it's just like, I don't know, dude. We carry shit and we're chill.
That guy's he's just a workhorse, literally, but work mule.
Sometimes they smoke cigars in cartoons.
That's true.
Which is cool.
But yeah, this is a bad thing. We need to stop it. It's going to end up poorly.
I feel like Jeff Goldblum his job should be just once a month he goes to every genetic researching thing.
And breaks
to tell
all
them what
stuff.
they're doing. And he just goes, no.
Here, give me those genes, and just throws them on the floor. He's like, stop.
Oh, what are you creating? Oh, it's got 5-inch long talons? Nope. Broken.
Do not do that. Don't do that ever again.
Stupid science nerds.
Yeah. I mean, this is why this is what happens when you give the nerds too much power. This is why we don't learn things.
This is why we got to bring back bullying.
Yeah.
Nerds have too much confidence.
And now they're like, well, we'll just stick the dire wolves on them. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing now. It's a problem. But yeah, wolves are back.
Unfortunately.
And I don't like it at all. Also back this week is Alex Ovechkin. He broke Wayne Gretzky's goal scoring record. 895 goals now that he has scored. I watched it live on an iPad, not in person, but it was sick. And it's also funny that he just looks like the most Russian person of all time.
Yeah, just like white beard, receding hairline. He's got a gut. And he's like, I'm still just going to stand in the same spot that I've been standing for 20 years. And there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Banta make a dance.
It was perfect. Yeah, of course, he scored it from his office.
Slightly over, but yeah. On a power play.
He's fucking incredible.
And then they stopped the game for like an entire period's worth, where it's like just that could have been at the end of the game.
I mean, like, okay, you're allowed to. He broke the all-time goal record. It was an unbreakable record. He broke it. But come on, keep it moving.
And then they restarted the game, and the Islanders immediately scored.
He had the best goal celebration, just the dive and slide.
But it was, I don't know. And then I saw ESPN the other day. They were like, all right, Alex Ovechkin, Wayne Gretzky's thing, really cool. All right, who's better, Jordan or LeBron? And I was like, did they turned Alex Ovechkin breaking Wayne Gretzky's record into a Jordan versus LeBron debate on First Take? And it was just like,
they've completely run out of ideas.
Hey, the Rockets just beat the Warriors and the Thunder in like 2 out of 3 nights. Why don't we talk about that? Nah.
And then you had all the poopy pants online that want to be, yeah, well, he supports Putin. It's like, I don't know, man. He's Russian.
Yeah, the
That's
Russian
where
guy?
he's from.
No way.
And also, if he didn't support Putin, his family probably all dies. So
what I did think was funny was the combo of it was a Russian guy. The Capitals are the Washington Capitals, and their sponsor on their jersey is TikTok, just like the Chinese company. And it's like, all right, you guys hit all the little checks.
Get a
Russian Chinese company that is spyware that Washington wants to shut down because they think it's a national security threat. But the Russian guy, Putin's boy, did that wearing the TikTok thing for Washington, D.C., for the Capitals that's wearing an American Eagle.
Just add like a Pyongyang fucking sticker on there somewhere.
That would have been sick. I don't know. That was like, I didn't realize that TikTok was the jersey sponsor for Washington until Sunday, but that's funny. Like, that was an app that was literally banned at one point, and like they were probably still wearing the jersey.
They got like, what, 70 days left?
Yeah, they pushed the ban back.
They're totally not going to just keep pushing it, and it's never going to go away now.
That's brilliant, though. I saved TikTok. No, you just pushed it back, saved it again. Hey, guess what? Saved it.
You wanted it. I got it for you. Yeah, but you took it away.
But you didn't really save it. Nothing got worked out. I saved it.
Shut your whore mouth.
Look, Joe Biden could never.
He can't even say TikTok. He calls it Talkity Tick.
He never even heard of an app. All right, I'm sorry.
Those they progressively got worse as we went on.
They did. That's kind of how.
Like, they were bad to begin with.
They weren't good at all.
But on the plus side, they didn't somehow become Irish, which I feel like most of ours somehow turn Irish at some point.
Dance, I make her dance.
I need to work on an Irish Trump.
Yeah, there you go. Give us that next week.
Creamy fucking pints.
Irish car bombs. Top of the morning.
All right, let's fucking move on.
Golf is back. This is one of the weeks every year where people care about golf.
Hello, friends.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, we're going to have a sad Jim Nance.
Because his U of H lost?
Yeah, because U of H lost.
Great.
I wanted to be so happy for him. Like, it was great watching him be happy and Coach K be sad.
Yeah.
After that game, and then stupid Florida. Sports are stupid. But yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about golf.
But briefly, though, I would like to point out that everybody in the beer sports whatever bracket challenge, I got 8th, not in the money, but no one in the Gravy Gang beat me. So, I literally, when I was telling you to sign up, I was like, sign up so you can lose to me in the bracket challenge. Delivered.
You're the king of the brackets.
I didn't win, but I got 8th. And I was higher than all the other Gravy Gangers.
You won the gravy portion.
Yeah, that's really what I was going for. I didn't want to win.
You covered the spread.
But I liked the like, oh man, can you believe like my daughter had like she had like 3 of the final 4 teams. Like, well, yeah, they were 1 seeds. So your daughter picked the best teams to go to the end.
I forgot.
Like I had 3 out of 4 1 seeds too, but like I wasn't like, holy fuck, dude, guys, can you believe I accurately predicted this? It was like, no, dude, you picked 1 seeds.
So I slept in and forgot to get mine into the beer sports whatever one, but I just had my basic Yahoo one, and I looked it up today. It's like, oh, 198,000th. I was like, oh, but it was of 620, so I was top 3rd. I was like, I'll take that.
Yeah, when it shows you the percentile you're in, I was like, ooh, 96th percentile.
I was like, ooh, top
That's
3rd.
good.
That's very good for me when I was literally just picking
Just
teams.
guessing. But again, favorites all made it to the final 4. So
And it's like the 1 year I didn't pick all 4 1 seeds.
I always do the like chalk, crazy, and then just
the
a
year
random
when they
one.
said everything should be chalky was the 1 year when I was filling out my bracket. I was like,
But every year they
we're
say
gonna
that
change
it's
it
wrong.
up a little bit.
That's why it's madness. But golf is back. The Masters is this week, and I would like to share with you some betting advice from my father, Mark Middleton. He texted me the other day. It was like, hey, have you put any bets in on the Masters? I was like, well, not yet. It's like a week away. And he was like, well, hey, if you wanted to, I got some bets for you. I was like, all right. He says Justin Thomas to win the Masters. So I put some money on Justin Thomas at plus 2,200. And then Phil Mickelson, he says, because Phil's won it before. So, like, even though he's old, he still knows the course. My dad's like, just throw a little bit on Phil Mickelson.
Savvy veteran.
Sprinkle a little something on Phil. We'll see if old lefty can get it done. Plus 15,000, $5 pays $750. And then he just told me today, he was like, I got another one. One more to throw on for Masters. Joaquin Neiman. I don't know what the odds are on that yet. I will place that bet immediately after that. But my dad has never given me betting advice before. So when like your dad gives you betting advice, you take it.
It's such a great bonding experience.
Like my dad's not a degenerate gambler by any means. He and his buddy do they for a dinner every year they do Monday Night Football picks, and he'll call me and be like, "Who you got in Monday Night Football? What's the spread?" I'm like, take Titans plus 8 or whatever. And then he calls his buddy and he's like, "Hey, I got Titans plus 8." And then if you are right that week, then the other person has to pick the next week. And they've done it for like my entire life that I remember. And then they just got to buy each other a dinner when they see each other at the end of the year. I was like, that's cool. That's just like a guys being dudes thing where it's like, all right, yeah, like it's a way to stay in contact with my friend. That was before social media. So he's like, I'm gonna call David. And I'm gonna tell David that my pick for tonight. All right, hey, hope all's well. Cool. All right. Hang up, and then next week David will be like, all right, I got Giants -3. And then he's like, okay, cool. And that's every week for the entire regular season in the NFL. He's like, okay, well, I'm up 2 on him. I can close him out today. And he does that, and he's like, all right, he owes me a steak dinner. Like, I fucking love that. Dads rock.
My dad would I bet the last thing my dad bet on was probably maybe 15 years ago being at a Super Bowl party and picking squares.
Yeah, my dad would do stuff like that.
My parents will go to casinos. I remember the last time they went, my dad, I was like, oh, so, what are you going to play? He's like, I don't gamble. He's like, your mother loses enough money for both of us. I'm not fucking, he'll go to literally just sit there and watch my mom lose money on the table. But for him, that's fun. He's like, good. This is giving me something to fuck with her about.
You're in the arena.
God damn it, Laura! You don't hit on 18.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Like I bet playing blackjack next to my mom is the most unbearable experience in the world. She's just constantly hitting and taking your cards.
Just hit.
Then they just keep feeding her more drinks. She plays worse. Oh my God. I don't know how my dad does it.
Yeah.
Because he lives to get angry at my mom. It's like his favorite sport.
That's cool. That's kind of cool, I guess.
So I'll never get that gambling bonding experience with my father, but I'm happy that you're dressed very golf today.
Am I?
Like you
I
look
have
like
sweatpants on and I guess like a quarter zip.
And the hat and white shoes.
Hats.
It's a very golf looking attire. Black pants, a nice quarter zip.
Dude, yeah, I've never like bought a quarter zip before.
Q
My
zip.
sister-in-law got me this Lululemon. Fucking never owned a Lululemon piece of clothing in my life.
It looks insanely
comfortable.
comfortable.
Just feel it. Robert, feel it.
Now imagine if that thing had pockets.
So comfortable, dude. It's so comfortable. Like I felt like I saw it was a little chilly today. I was like, oh fuck yeah, I get to wear the Q zip. Hell yeah. But golf is back, and also Masters. I guess they started Thursday, and also we are recording early because the Rod Ryan Show Texas Adaptive Aquatics Golf Tournament is going down on Wednesday, and our good buddy Bro Brad has once again sponsored the Gravy Hole.
What a bro!
That's what we call him, Bro Brad. He's bro, real bro. Love that guy. And the Gravy Hole is going to be out there again, and we're going to be partying on a golf course, which is like, it's a golf tournament where people do play golf, but really it's just like a party. It happens to be on a golf course, and then people also play golf around it.
I got a plan. Next one I got to come to. I haven't been in what it feels like probably like 2 years now.
Since we all got sunburned. Because we didn't have a tent. Everybody else had tents. And we're like, we should have probably made sure somebody had a tent.
But it's a great time. Get out there. Give it to charity.
It's going to be a lot of fun. If you're listening to this now, you probably either already have made your plans to be there or it's sold out. So I don't know. Gravy Hole, though. Remember one year we had biscuits and gravy?
The biscuits and gravy shots.
Biscuits and gravy shots. That was cool. Got a little warm during the day. I got later on in the day, but the idea was great.
Execution was lacking, but the idea was good.
Initially, for like a solid 2 hours, it was solid.
Everyone was loving it.
Yeah. Like, wait, biscuits and gravy? Yeah, dude, just dip a little baby biscuits
in a shot.
It rocked. Is there booze in it? No, dude, it's gravy. Chill out. But yeah, so shout out to Bro Brad and the Gravy Hole. Golf, very much back. I'm not going to swing a club at all, but golf's back. And then we get to do I get to do my favorite thing is just, you're going to love that. Every tee off. Every time anybody, you're going to love that. I shanked it into the woods. You're going to love it, though.
I saw it land. It's a good lie.
Dude. I think you had a little backspin on it. Might have come back a little bit. I think you're sitting pretty. I watched it go in the water.
Skipped.
You're going to love that.
It's a water hole.
Yeah, because people are either like, oh, okay, all right. Or they're like, fuck that guy. You decide how you want to take that.
It's always fun seeing the guys getting very angry at like a charity golf scramble. And it's like, dude, it's fucking 11 o'clock on a Wednesday and you're out playing golf. Shut up and enjoy the day.
The winning team's going to lie about their score anyways.
That's true.
It's like, you guys got a 55? How?
I think tomorrow is like the last like really pretty day before it starts getting back up in the 80s too, huh?
Perfect day for golf.
Perfect day for golf.
Perfect day for golf.
I'm going to be jealous all day. Send me updates.
I'll send you some updates. Shout out to golf for being back.
Which also means shout out dad naps in the afternoon.
Dad naps. Gonna love that.
You're gonna take such a hard nap early Sunday.
Absolutely will. Absolutely will. All right. We're not gonna use it as a comeback kid, but the stock market crashed and a bunch of people were talking about that. I don't have money, so I don't know how to invest in stocks. But it's a very confusing thing and I don't really understand it. So I tossed this out to you guys yesterday. I was like, hey, what if we did a mock draft of stuff we don't understand? And you guys both seemed like you were down for it, and it could kind of go a bunch of different ways. Mm-hmm. So this week we're doing a mock draft of things we don't understand. Maybe other people understand it. We personally do not understand these things. Recapping last week's mock draft of one-hit wonders, which I thought was a very fun mock draft. We got a lot of fun engagement with that. I won. I had 53% of the vote. Pat was in second place with 35%, and Robert bringing up the rear at 12% of the vote. So on the season, Robert and I are tied for the lead with 3 wins apiece. Pat has 1. We have 4 more of these? And we have 3 or 4 of these left. 3 left. So Pat could win out and get it done. Loser has to either raise chickens buy and raise chickens where they live, or they have to try and grab a cop's gun. So
having to buy a fucking chicken simulator.
the stakes.
I bought them and raised them.
No, they gotta be real chickens. Stakes have never been higher this mock draft season. But this is the mock draft of things we don't understand. Let me set myself up, ready to go to type out everything. We may have to specify how we're going to put them on the graphic so everybody can vote. But Robert, so it's a snake draft. So it's going to go Robert, Pat, me, Pat, Robert, Pat, me, Pat, Robert. That's how snake drafts work. Robert, 1-1 in the mock draft of things we don't understand.
I'm going to go with electricity.
Yeah.
Really good.
Love it. Absolutely zero concept of how it.
Yeah.
Like how they found it with like a key shocking a guy.
Why is that giving light? I don't understand it.
Perfect. That's a great pick.
No idea.
Great pick.
All right. Let me go basic guy comedy here. Women. Am I right?
Yeah.
Who didn't see that one coming?
I had that on the list. I didn't think I was going to take it, but I figured Pat would definitely have that on his list.
That was the most predictable pick of all time.
Yeah.
Do you now on the graphic? Do you want a specific woman on there? Just
say women.
I'll put.
I don't even think you need a
like the
picture.
image.
Just
the
women.
female bathroom logo.
Maybe even you could even put like a picture of like a male comedian just going like.
Yeah.
The female bathroom logo is probably pretty good, but yeah, just women. I don't fucking get you guys.
You girls.
You girls. That's a good one. That's good. I am gonna go with stocks because that's very hot right now. People are talking about it. Like, I don't know what any of that means. I do not know what that means. I'm gonna go stocks, and then on the way back with my second pick, I'm going to go with microwaves. I don't know how.
That's a great.
I had that one on my list.
That's a great.
How do I put this cold thing in there for 2 minutes and then I take it out and it's hot? I don't. Well, there's the wave. Like, I don't know. How do the waves do that? That makes no sense. Microwaves.
All right, this one is very similar to your stocks. Bitcoin.
Yep.
Or just,
I had that on the list.
Crypto. Mm-hmm. No fuck. People are like, it's made believe money. It doesn't make sense. I was like, that's the same thing as fucking stocks to me. It's all make believe money. I don't understand any of it, and it scares me.
Dude,
so
that's why you get it
on
like Titcoin was trending today on X. And
Remember Cum
like,
Rocket?
Was that a coin?
Cum Rocket was a coin for.
And it's like, I kind of want to invest in something that's got that name, but like, sounds like a trap. Like, I don't. Why? How much do I invest? I don't like. You have a wallet. You got this thing, and you can do that. I was like, I also have a wallet. It's in my pocket. And when you're like, Alex, how much money do you have? I pull out that money and I say, this is how much money I have. Not, fuck, I don't remember the password to my wallet online.
I know
and
somebody dumped a lot of
0.874882. Yeah.
So much.
Ding dong coin. Did you get that? Bitcoin. Good pick.
All right, Robert.
All right, so you went stocks, you did Bitcoin. I'm going to do math.
Math was
Math is a
also
good one.
high on my list. Like, I know they teach it, but they don't really.
Like, I understand
the idea of math.
the idea of how it works, but you start throwing too many parentheses and shit at me, and I'm just like, dude, no.
Like, calculus,
Sin?
get the fuck out of my face.
Sin is a religious thing, not a math thing. How did that get?
Oh, it's
in there?
sine. Sine, cosine,
See, I didn't even know how to
Q
fucking pronounce
sine,
it.
boo sine. I don't know.
I thought it was sin.
It's one of those.
It says SIN.
It's a Bitcoin. Sine coin.
It's like a GIF thing we got to go.
Yeah, it's absolutely what it is. All right. You got another one on the way back?
Yeah, I'm going to go with why Ted Cruz keeps showing up to championship games. I guess you could just write it as
He was there?
Ted Cruz sports curse.
We got to get him out of Congress. Can Fox News just throw a fucking fat bag at him? Because, when he's representing the state, it's not going well for us.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's a good one.
I think we just put why Ted Cruz keeps showing up to championship games. That's a really funny answer.
Yeah.
And that's going to get you some votes for sure. That's when I saw him there, I was like, fuck, they're winning. What are you doing?
Somebody's going to read it and be like, fucking live. And be like, no, they don't understand. We lose every game he shows up to. Every fucking game.
The Astros won both when he wasn't there, right?
I think so.
But even though even if he was there, it's like you've been to 100 of them. They're bound to win some.
At this point, you just have to accept that you're Drake and you're bad luck.
Just
and
stop.
going.
Yeah, Don't go. You can talk about it, tweet about it, but that's it. But don't.
Watch from home.
All right, back to you, Pat.
Kind of surprised this one's still here. Very similar to our other financial ones. Taxes.
You
know how much I owe you, but you won't tell me, and if I give you the wrong amount, I go to jail. What the fuck is that?
Well, luckily it's not an Olympic year, so we don't have to pay him. But
like
in
Olympic
regular
years are
years,
supposed to be joyful.
no clue.
And instead, I got to pay taxes.
No clue what it is.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
taxes.
Okay, I am gonna go with. I have so many I could pick here. There's a bunch of like waves ones. I'm gonna go with. Fuck. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna hurry.
Every week, this fucking guy.
No, I'm trying to. Wind.
Wind is a great one.
Don't understand wind. Why does it blow this way? Why is it going that way? How is it just not windy sometimes? How is it always like how? What is that? Why? What makes it windy?
Is wind just airwaves?
It is airwaves,
waves,
basically.
ocean
So I
wind?
have airwaves and microwaves, really cleaning up on the waves. And then the last one I'm going to go with is the rules to craps. Like, I do not understand. Like, craps looks like the funnest game at any casino. I could not, to save my life, I could not explain the rules. Like, pass line, I know that's a thing. But, like, when you watch people playing craps, they're the people having the most fun.
So much fun.
The rules to craps, I do not understand.
I did not either. When we went to Vegas a couple of years ago for my buddy's bachelor party, his dad loves craps. So I remember the first thing we did when we got there, he showed us all how to play craps, and that's all we played all weekend. I've forgotten it all. I do remember when he explained
it just seems like they're making it up as they're going.
See, that's the thing. When it was explained, it was like, okay, now this all makes sense. Before, when you watch it on TV, it's just throwing dice and crazy shit everywhere.
There's a cane they use to pull the dice.
Like I said, I have once again forgotten the rules.
Let it ride.
But it's so cool when you get it.
It's absolutely electric to watch too because and everybody's kind of rooting for everybody else. You're all on the same team a little bit. Do not, for the life of me, understand
It's very
the rules
confusing.
to craps. And I've looked it up many times. Don't understand it. All right. Back to you, Pat.
There's just so many.
There's going to be so many funny honorable mentions.
They are.
God damn it. All right, how the fuck do we predict the weather? I understand there's Doppler radar and all that. It's magic. That doesn't make sense to me.
How people predict the weather?
We know rain is coming in 8 days. The rain hasn't even formed yet.
Yeah, you just talk to you call a cloud?
Meteorology, no fucking sense. Don't get it. Don't want to get it either.
Do you want meteorology or how people predict the weather?
Probably how people predict the weather. Because I think there's a lot of dumb people like us that won't get the meteorology part of it.
That was what I was
Got to
thinking.
really spell it out.
If they
Like, he means
understood it,
rocks?
they would call it meteorology. These are for people that don't understand.
Why is he talking about meteors?
Man, we could have taken 100,000 other ones. We could just run it back next week too. But Robert, wrap it up.
All right, my last one. I also have a couple that I'm stuck between. The one I really want to say, I feel like the voters wouldn't give me that one. They would see it and be like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna vote somewhere else. So I'm gonna go with.
This is what you don't understand, though.
I do understand it though.
Okay.
I do understand it. You'll see the honorable mentions. All right, I'm gonna go with bad drivers.
Great one. I say it all the time. I don't fucking get it.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Driving is easy.
Just don't do that thing you're doing that's slowing everyone down.
Yesterday, fucking 45, 2 lanes, both drivers going fucking 35 side by side. I wanted to murder
Just
them.
what are you doing? How do you get that bad? It makes no sense.
Yeah, that's that.
Great pick. Honestly, great picks all around.
No matter, I feel like bad drivers just applies to literally everything we ever talk about here.
It kind of does. Great picks all around, everyone. Let's recap what we had. I'll put the graphic out. Graphic's gonna go out about 3:00 on Thursday. So we'll give you an extra day or so. Or do you want to get crazy with it? You put the graphic out on Wednesday.
On Wednesday? Do you have time for Wednesday?
Let's do it on Thursday.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll keep it same.
Yeah.
Graphic goes up at 3:00 on Thursday. It'll stay up from 3:00 Thursday till 5:00 Friday. 3:00-ish Thursday to 5:00 Friday, and then we will accept the results from X at Pass Grade Pod on X. That is how you vote. We'll also post it to Instagram and Facebook, and you can weigh in there. But make sure to go to X to vote. That is how we decide the winner. All right. The mock draft of things we don't understand. Robert had electricity, math, why Ted Cruz keeps showing up to championship games, and bad drivers. Pat had women, Bitcoin, taxes, and how people predict the weather. Fucking great. All of these are great. I had stocks, microwaves, wind, and the rules to craps. Oh, I don't know. This is a wide open one. I have no idea who is going to win this one. I think Robert, if I had to pick, I think the Ted Cruz one might put Robert over the top.
Yeah, that's really good. I don't know. I feel like women's going to play hard.
Women,
for me.
fuck, you're right.
Like every dad with sunglasses in their profile pic is going to be like, women.
Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, I've been wondering that for years.
I got 3 daughters. I don't understand a damn one of them.
All right. Now for the fun part. Honorable mentions. Black holes. What the fuck
holes,
is a black? What is that? What?
Cars.
Cars. Cars. How to fix a
I know
car.
nothing
That's what I put
about them. I almost just said engines as that just because it's like,
yeah.
What?
Definitely a
You
problem.
convert dead fucking dinosaurs into me going 80?
Makes no sense.
Don't get it.
How a needle makes a record play music.
While we were talking earlier, bees. I don't understand how a thing that small can hurt so bad
And
with
keep the
venom.
world going.
Yeah, but also it fucking like keeps the world alive.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing about bees makes sense.
The other one that I was gonna go with, but only because I thought I was gonna go with clitoris, but only because
Where the clitoris is.
only because I wanted the South Park image to be the image that goes along with it.
That would have been a great one.
That's been
The
plaguing
female
us-
orgasm.
plaguing us for years. Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have shitty Wi-Fi at my house. I've already had the dude there a couple of times to try and fix it. Still won't work. But like, I do not understand for the life of me how like Robert and I are not plugged into anything besides just like a regular outlet that's got power. But like, how are we getting internet?
How basketball players miss free throws.
It's like,
It's literally like it's your job.
how
You do this all day.
how underwater tunnels are built. How do you get the water out?
How Bigfoot keeps hiding.
That's good. That's good. I wanted to like this is the one that I was really going back and forth with the rules to craps and wind, but cameras, like how cameras work. I know that camera phones, like phones now are different, but like the first guy that was like, what if I put this dust in this thing and then you stay in front of me and psh, like how did it make the picture? Like what?
Really, just like
It's like how did that draw what you really saw?
any phone call that's not made from a landline. This is plugged into
Cell
nothing.
phones, yeah.
This is plugged into nothing.
But you could talk to anywhere in the world.
I can hear somebody's voice in China clearly.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any
Like
sense.
quickly. That's
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I also have politicians. Your entire existence, why you would want that job, why you would say you're in it to help people,
To get
and
clicks.
then why you just act like a piece of shit for your entire career, almost universally.
How computers work.
Baffling.
Tides.
Here was a big one for me. It felt mean, so I didn't want to put it on there, but I did. Just sobriety. I don't understand not getting fucked up.
Okay. I think that some people might diagnose
Like, I
it as a
understand.
certain thing, but-
Some people, they need it because they have a problem and everything.
Right.
Some people like Robert just like, nah, I just never had the urge. None of it makes sense to me.
how a gas pump knows your tank is full.
How booze is made.
Yeah,
Like, I understand. There's the
but it's still crazy.
how do I just ferment corn and then I get a delicious 8-year-old
Yeah, this
Kentucky
is
bourbon?
vegetables, and now I got booze.
Yeah, we turn vegetables into whiskey.
wild.
That's the most amazing thing in the world.
Magic.
Fashion, art.
How art can be so expensive.
Like why is
Money laundering is really
why
the
is a
answer, but-
painting of a Campbell's soup can worth so much?
Yeah, and then like the guy just paid 100 Campbell's soup cans, and that's like $1 billion. That's
How people still think the world is flat? I
a
don't
good
understand
one.
that.
Knuckleballs. Like I get that people have explained it, but like, yeah, you just like you put your knuckles on it like this and you throw it like that, right? But why does it do that?
Like, it's the hardest pitch
Why
to
is
throw
it-
in all of sports, and I don't understand why don't we have more knuckleballers?
Why does it do that thing though? How's it? Why?
the crazy, awesome, random thing in sports that is so beautiful to watch and almost impossible to do, my brain goes, why not more? Why not more guys do that?
Insurance.
Fucking racket.
Like, yeah, I feel like it's just because it's a scam, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's
most foreign languages.
How languages were made.
I literally just don't understand them.
Yeah, that would have been a really good.
Except for, and most of Spanish. I know some Spanish.
But like how languages were made is another one I had where like, how did you just be like, what's up, dude? And then eventually I explained to you that what's up, dude means like, how's it going? And then somehow millions of people were able to understand that. Like, and then like other people were like, hola, ¿qué pasa? Other people around the world were able to say the same thing, but differently. And then millions of like, how?
I don't know.
How'd that start? That's crazy.
Oh, this one just popped in my head. Guys that don't eat pussy. I don't get it.
Italians.
Oh, they do. They just won't talk
They
about
just
it.
don't talk about it. And the last one I had was people that always talk on speakerphone in public. Like, why? Why do you need to do that? You don't need to be on speakerphone in public ever.
Why don't dogs live longer?
That one too.
That's a sad one.
That's a sad one. Robert, do you have any other ones?
Along the lines of language, like silent letters in words.
Yeah.
Like
really, I mean,
pterodactyl.
The English language.
Yeah, how's that got a P in it?
Yeah.
Just the English language. It's like, here's the rules. Also, every single one of those rules has exceptions.
I before E, except after C, except when followed by A, neighbors and hey, or whatever they said. Like, but like,
we have some words that mean 4 different things. We have some words that are spelled 3 different ways.
You said the wrong there. It's actually there.
Sometimes this letter is pronounced this way. Sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it has an apostrophe. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes apostrophes go at the end of the word instead of right before the S. Then like I don't understand math. I was the worst. Like that was my worst subject in school. But math made sense where it's like some nerd came up with like, well,
there are rules that aren't broken in math.
ACBYF over QRTX equals this. I don't know how to figure that out, but if you figure that out, okay, that's how you got that. English is like, because I said so.
I mean, even if you had just said new math too, that new math doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that after you went math, you were just going to say science.
Just every like school subject.
Math, science, art, history. That was fun.
Right, that was a good one. That was a really good one. Think of some more like that, guys. At Pass Grade Pod, hashtag PTG mock draft. I'm really excited to see how this vote goes. Wide open. Although I do think women.
Bet you $20 I come in second.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, moving on. Let's go to the not cool segment where we tell you what's not cool this past week to us. If you would like to participate in the segment at Pass Grade Pod, we're on the X. Hit us up with the hashtag PTG not cool. Kind of try and summarize it in like 3-4 sentences of like what happened. I get sometimes there's exceptions to that. I think we have one of those today. But like try and explain it where it's pretty easy for us to read out to everybody else and use the hashtag PTG not cool at Pass Grade Pod. If you stub your toe, that's not cool too. If you get hit by a train, also not cool. There's just varying degrees of them. But whatever it is that makes you say, hey man, that's not cool. This is a little vent session. And we're gonna try and get to y'all's every single week. If we don't, we'll try and get to your not cool the following week. And you know, if we don't get to it, sometimes it's good to just vent. And I like reading we read every single one. So at Pass Grade Pod, hashtag PTG not cool. This is the not cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
All right. Let's start with some listener viewer not cools. By the way, if you're not watching us on YouTube, know that every episode of Pass Gravy is available on the YouTube. Are we putting this one up Wednesday? Okay, well, this one will be up early as well. Just search Pass Gravy Podcast on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like all the episodes, and then give us since we just did it for our mock draft of things we don't understand. Just on the comments this week, type up things that you don't understand. Give us list off one comment at a time, like things that you don't understand, maybe things other people understand. Obviously, people understood all the stuff that we mentioned, but we didn't understand those things. So share the things that you don't understand. That's a fun little bonding thing. I like when people comment along with the podcast. I try and go and respond to at least a couple each week. But Past Grade Podcast on YouTube, subscribe, share us with a friend. It really helps us out a lot. And then if you're watching us, don't forget that you can listen to us anywhere you go. Maybe you don't have time to watch us while you're in the car going to and from work. We're available anywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, the iHeartRadio app. That's where iHeartRadio people, no big deal. Anywhere you get your podcasts, Past the Grade Podcast, give us a 5-star review and leave us a review below and share us with a friend. Again, we really appreciate that. But yeah, YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. Let's move on to the Not Cool segment, and we'll start with Danielle Weston, at Danny_Weston on X. She says her Not Cool is, I had to file a police report because my son, all right, excuse me. Let me restart that one. I read it wrong. I had to file a police report because my son bullied another child by saying his shoes had mud on them. Their parent then decided to threaten us and call me a bad mom because my son called his shoes ugly, and his feelings were hurt. The school never told me what was going on. The teacher doesn't even know anything. All I know is from the mom yelling at me. My son says he avoids the kid because he's mean.
When the fuck did we stop teaching kids sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me?
And also, like, I need to see these shoes. Did the shoes fucking suck?
But, like, I mean, it's stories like this that it's the only time that I'm happy I don't have kids. Because if I ever ran into this, I would be like, are you a fucking pussy? And, like, I'd end up getting my kid kicked out of school because I yelled at another parent. I mean, what is wrong? Do you have zero shame where you can't tell your little boy, yeah, sometimes people say mean things. It's not that big of a deal. Just ignore him.
Yeah, I mean, I also understand, like, if your kid's getting bullied over and over again and nothing, that's not bullying. That's not bullying to a real extent. But, like, if your kid's getting bullied over and over again, I understand why, like, people get upset. But it is also, like, I was the son of a teacher, so a lot of times, like, you would have people be like, well, my mom was a kindergarten teacher. She'd be like, well, my son said you pulled him by the ear. And she'd be like, I definitely didn't do that. That's like I would be arrested if I did that. Like, that's abuse. Like, well, my 5-year-old said that. I was like, okay.
Children lie.
Yeah. And then, like, I would be the kid that would come home and they're like, yeah, I said you were talking during class. I was like, she's fucking lying. My mom's like, shut the fuck up. No, she's not. Like, my mom knew all the lies, so she's like, no, you're lying. Where, like, a lot of times, like, okay, even if your son did say the kid had mud on his shoes and you called him ugly, it's like, I don't know, sometimes muddy shoes look ugly. Like, maybe get over it a little bit, dude. Like, I don't know. But the mom then coming at you and threatening you and shit like that, like, I understand being upset if you feel like your kid's getting bullied, but, like, there's no, like, you don't need to start resulting to threats.
I can't even imagine, like, when I was a little kid.
And the teacher not knowing any of it. Like, go to the school and talk about it to the school. Don't go and find that person and hunt that person down and then start doing that.
Also, I'm betting they didn't go to the school because they would be like, hey, the other kid said my kid's shoes had mud on them and he felt bad. The school would be like,
did you tell him it wasn't that big a deal?
Like, if I was in elementary school and another kid came up to me, he's like, your shoes have mud on them. I'd be like, yeah, I was playing outside. Even as a child, I never gave a flying fuck. I can't imagine if I went home and was like, Dad, another kid said my shoes had mud on them and it made me feel bad. You know what my dad would have said to me? Shut up, douchebag. And that's not like making a joke. He's been calling me a douchebag since I was 6.
Yeah, called me a douchebag. That was like the first thing.
That's like he would be like, shut up.
That's basically how his dad says hi.
Your
Dion,
your feelings were hurt. By the way, little boys aren't allowed to have their feelings hurt. You're a little boy.
They are. I disagree. I think they are.
We got to raise them tough again.
But also, like, when I was growing up, I was always like, no one else can be meaner to me than I am to myself. And I feel like that's a problem that I've had going into my 30s now. But, like, I mean, I think everybody gets bullied to some extent. I didn't get, like, hardcore bullied, but I got bullied growing up. And you just, like, I was just like, I don't know, I hate me more than they hate me. So, like, what are they going to do?
I remember being a kid.
Sticks and stones, back to that.
If you went up to your parents and were like, they pushed me down, your parents would be like,
get up.
Go push them back.
Yeah.
You push them. Now it's like, well, we have to get the police involved because A kid said you had mud on your shoes.
And she's saying that she got the police involved because the parent is threatening her.
No, I wasn't even meaning this. I was just saying like, everything escalates to that level. It's like, dude, it's
solid not
kids.
cool.
That's a great not cool.
I mean, it's shitty not cool.
I lose
T's and P's, but like that is like the definition of a not cool.
That's where I would have snapped. I'm like, you think you're a bad mom because you're raising a pussy. And that's where I would get in trouble. I'd be like, oh, fuck, I just called a 5-year-old.
Well, then I'll teach my kid karate, and then what? But I'm sorry that happened, Danielle.
You need to teach L that, you know what we do with bullies? Punch them in the face.
Break their fucking nose.
We
be polite to them, and then we break their nose.
Mini Ronda Rousey of the playground.
Just have her watch like Bruce Lee videos all the time.
Just throwing little boys in arm bars left and right.
My wife's got to watch Sesame Street, and I'm like, no, we need to watch karate.
She comes home from junior high. She's like, I got a crush on a boy. I choked him out. You're like, oh, this is getting...
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Shit. We've created a monster.
All right. Raymundo Benavidez writes in. He's at KMundoB on X, and he says his not cool is that he went through the car wash and it chipped the paint off of my car in the shape of a penis. He also, Robert, if you would throw the picture up on the video version of it. Did you see it, Pat?
I did. It is... I hope it was a hand wash place or something like that, and it wasn't just a gas station one. Because if you come out of the gas and go...
You can't really do anything.
You go to them, you're like, hey, it scratched my paint. And they're like, well, we don't actually...
That's a lot of paint.
That's a different company. And then you send pictures off to that company, and 6 weeks later, they'll just respond and be like, you can't prove.
Or not respond.
Yeah. You have absolutely no... Like, you can't
That's a lot of paint.
That's a lot of paint.
Peeled it right off.
And that's
then, being in
so
a penis shape.
They're good about
to
it.
The insult.
I don't understand it. How can you, like, they make it to where a truck can drive here, a Mustang can drive through here, and then they fuck up the Mustang. It's like, but it's the smaller of the cars.
Yeah.
How does the truck not get fucked? That sucks.
That's
so
a really
bad,
good, not cool, dude. Sorry that happened, brother. T's and P's, man.
Get a blue marker in the meantime.
All right. I'll go first. I have a couple.
All right.
My first one is, I'll start with the lesser one, but it's still a pretty big one. Like I was talking about, like, man, you know, as I was talking about wanting to buy a popcorn machine, I was like, I just really got to start saving money, dude. Like I got to be better. I was literally having a conversation with a coworker walking out to my car the other day. Shout out to Chile. And I got in the car. I was like, well, I'll see you tomorrow, dude. All right, later, bro. And like the car just wouldn't start. Had to end up he luckily helped was there, so he was able to jump me, and I had to go buy a battery. I thought it was either alternator or battery. Alternator is like $750. Battery is like $200. It was a little over $200, but it was the battery.
Thank God.
But I do remember like the night before, like it was last Thursday. So when we left the podcast last week, I remember like, and I think I've been in my car with you before, and you're like, that started a little slow, where it does a. And when I left last Wednesday after we recorded, I remember being like, and I was like, that's weird. And then that morning, it took a while.
Such a procrastinator thing. Well, I'm going to ignore that till it becomes an issue.
I was like, maybe because it was a little bit colder. I don't know. Like you try and like talk yourself out of it.
You just don't want to deal with it.
And it was like, and it did start. I was like, well, it started. Obviously, it's fine. And then when I was leaving work, it did not start. But luckily, it did that when I was leaving work instead of going to work, because that would have fucked me. But having to buy a battery, like, just, you never like, oh, cool, $200-something. I just got, let me, like, I need it.
Especially when you're like, ooh, I'm going home. Fuck, no, I'm not. I'm going to the store to spend $200.
And, like, luckily, my buddy was there to jump me right away, because I would have had to be like, hey, I would have had to flag somebody down in the parking lot, like, hey, I know you're on your lunch break, can you jump me? And I didn't have to do that, but just having to buy a battery on a whim, and also the fact that it wasn't the alternator, so shout out to that. But so that was one of them, and then also I lost one AirPod.
Ugh.
I got to work today. I usually will be listening to a podcast in my car on the way to work, and then I'll be listening to a podcast or music, and I'll get in and I'll throw my AirPods in. I'll come up. I'll turn them off. I'll do some work, talk back and forth with Rod as we're prepping the show. Then I go into my other room to prep the show and do all this other stuff, and then I'll throw the AirPods back on. But like all the way like to walk up, I'll just listen to whatever I was listening to. opened the thing today and had one AirPod in it. I was like, what? No. And I'm like 90% sure it's in my house. I just don't know where. Like I was watching the U of H game last night. I was watching the national championship game, and we've got an L-shaped couch when we moved, and I had my like foot up there, and I remember seeing it like kind of like the AirPods were hanging out, and then they fell out of my pocket, but I just picked them up and put them back in there, and one of them had to have come out. Then I didn't have time to look for it today yet. I think it's there. But also I know that like the fastest way to find it is to just buy another pair. But I don't want to buy another pair. I would just like to find the one solo one that I have that's probably all by itself. It needs a buddy. It's just lonely.
It's scared.
It has no idea what to do. It's never been out of the case this long in its life. And so just because you can't just buy a replacement AirPod. Like I was telling Robert has been joking with me that my headphones are on their last leg because the cord has like you can see the color of the wires right there, but I found out you can just buy the cord. You don't have to buy the whole headphones, and they were like over $100. So I've just got a bunch of headphones that the top of the headphone part I don't need. I need the cord, and I found out that I could do that. But with an AirPod, you can't just buy one solo AirPod. So losing one AirPod, losing AirPods in general sucks. But losing just one adds a little extra insult to injury. I have 3/4 or 2/3 of the thing I need.
And it sucks too because it's one of those things where you could be someone that most of the time only listens to everything with one ear in anyway.
But then I listen to Yellow Submarine and I can't hear half of it.
But then the second that you don't have that second one is going to be the time when you're like, well, I wanted both of them in now.
Yeah, which was this morning when I was like, but I don't like this. So yeah, losing one AirPod and having to get a new car battery are my not cools for this week.
That sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Thanks, dude.
All right, mine. What did I write down here? One, I placed the biggest bet of my life on the Cougars last night to lose by no more than 1 point, and they lost by 2.
They lost by 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
That it's really taken the win. Like I couldn't sleep last night because of it. Like it's not like I bet so much that like I put myself in a bad spot. It just happened to be the biggest bet I've ever put, but like it ruined my mood so bad. Because I wanted to put a large bet on it. Because most of the time I'm like, I bet $5 on that. I don't give a shit really if I lose. I wanted to like actually be on edge for the game. And then I lost and it feels fucking awful. And this is why I do small bets. Like I got 2 hours of sleep last night. I could not fucking fall asleep. And I know it was because of that.
You're just like, what am I going to do?
So that sucked. And my other one is I have not had these shoes for that long. And I need to replace the soles already, but it's just in my right shoe because I walk on the balls of my feet all the time and I'm constantly like stopping quick. So just where my toes are right here, it's like torn up. So like I've had like a ball of fabric underneath my big toe all day.
That sucks.
And it's the most annoying thing in the world.
It's like when you have like the short socks and one of them rolls up over and over again.
Like I can feel my toe imprints in this one shoe.
That is,
and there's just free fabric.
It's just like a slow torture all day.
It's just the downside. I'm such a natural athlete. I walk on the balls of my feet.
I should walk on the balls of my feet more.
But then I'm also fucking way overweight, so I'm just constantly putting way too much weight on my toes.
That blows.
Can I guess what your not cool is this week, Robert?
Sure, you're not going to get it, but you can guess.
Okay, I was going to guess it had to do with the player of the week in both the National and American leagues.
That's a good one.
Anybody you guys knew?
Yeah, it was Alex Bregman
and Kyle Tucker.
And Kyle Tucker.
Didn't they both play for the Astros?
Yeah, they both left this year too, and we didn't sign them. And Bregman's having the best start to a season he's had in 7 years.
Yeah,
but you got but with like Kyle Tucker, Cam Smith though.
Yeah, but also I'm happy for them both. They're thriving in their new situations. I hope Kyle Tucker gets absolutely paid by the Cubs, and not the Dodgers. Dude, I'm playing MLB The Show, and I'm in year 2. And Tucker's on the Dodgers, and I almost fucking deleted my save file. I almost did. I was like, I hate this so much. Like it affected my mood in a fake video game in year 2.
That sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, Astros thriving elsewhere while we can't fucking score any runs. Sucks pretty bad too. What's your not cool, Robert?
So I can't remember exactly when. I think it was in 2022. I got my top and bottom wisdom teeth out on my right side, and it was really the bottom one that was bothering me because they were going in sideways. They weren't like at an angle. They were going sideways. So that required a whole thing. It cost me, I believe, like after X-rays and the extraction, I believe it cost me $1,500 out of pocket. I don't have dental.
So fun.
So fun. And well, my left wisdom tooth on the bottom has been hurting me for the past couple of days. And I'm just like,
you got
here
dental
we go
now,
again.
right?
I don't have dental.
You don't have dental?
I don't have dental. Fuck. And here I'm just thinking.
Did you think about that when you were doing the insurance this year? Where you're like, do I want to get dental?
Does anyone have some string and a door we can borrow?
Wisdom teeth, you don't want to do that though.
Oh, I know. I'm kidding.
Yeah. I woke up last night like at 2 a.m. and felt my like gums in pain. And I was just up for a while just thinking, when can I do this? When is a good time? It's going to be really expensive. I remember
I'd say beginning of next year, like January 1st after you get dental.
Yeah, exactly. I remember like eating sucked. I think all I could eat was eggs. I think I had soup once or twice, but then I remembered soup sucks and like
Don't say that.
Couldn't drink out of straws. There was so much blood and gauze. I was just like up for
Just
like
get some chicken and dumpling soup.
an hour.
Throwback.
I was just up for an hour just thinking of that. I'm like, I gotta go to sleep. I really don't want to do this because I was really like, I don't want to do this. I have to, but now like, when is a good time? Because this month is pretty busy.
Yeah.
And I can't be out really. So
Have you gone and bought a bunch of?
Oragel?
I was gonna say Schmora gel because no free ads, but
Bleep it.
okay.
We'll just bleep it out.
I have not.
Oh, do
No,
it.
not.
Just start coating your tooth in it every morning.
My buddy did that for like months. Kurt, the godfather of the podcast, Curtis Chafin. I remember staying at his house when he was like, "Yeah, I could see the wisdom teeth like breaking through." I was like, "Dude, you need to go to a dentist." He's like, "I don't have money to go to the dentist," and he was just like drinking Oragel. Like he was just that was like a food group to him.
He does look like a guy who would have a broken tooth, though.
He does.
He's just like, it broke years ago. I never fixed
He like
it.
looked up if it was cheaper to get a tooth pulled than like a cavity fix, and I was like, "That's like a molar. Like it wasn't one of his wisdom teeth. But I was like, that's a molar.
Yeah, he played rugby though.
You need that."
Nah,
he also
you don't.
has his like finger, his pinky like dangles like this because he broke the ligament and never got it fixed, and so now it just like looks like his finger is hanging off.
God damn it, I
all the
love that
time.
guy. I love him so much.
But he always loves because like that is something that if you don't know, Kurt, like, did you know? Like people are always like, "Dude, did you know that you're like pinky?" He's like, "What? What the?" it always hits.
Like, no, I never noticed that.
No!
My pinky doesn't
It
work.
was fine just a second ago. But it's like scar tissued over now, so it's like not fixable, I don't think. But yeah, dude, that fucking blows, bro.
Try and look on the bright side. Just be like, at least it's not your back.
Honestly, you might kind of wish it was your back.
No, back is
Yeah.
back trumps everything. Like I would say, tooth is probably number 2 for worst pains because like
Back
it's
is really
in your
bad.
mouth. There's no way to avoid tooth pain.
Yeah.
You can't go to a chiropractor for the teeth, though. I guess you can go to a dentist. That costs you more.
It costs a lot more.
They should have a chiropractor version of a dentist that just fixes your teeth. Just would be a dentist.
It's just a guy with like pliers and Oragel
Yeah, he
in
just
a
does
van
it for
behind
you.
Walmart.
Mark that. Verbal trademark. Chiropractor dentist.
Actually, that's
know
not
how that
like a
works.
cheap, like all we do is pull teeth dentist. You put it in a Home Depot.
And like he does. What if it was like to also straighten your teeth?
No.
Like,
It's
he
got to be
doesn't-
just pulls.
But he doesn't like always like your teeth are gonna take a lot more visits than like if you got braces or Invisalign or something like that. But he just is like he just pulls your teeth really hard and you're like, all right, you're good to go.
It would be like I want to put it in Home Depot, and they're just guys coming home. Like they wake up Saturday morning, and they come home and they're missing a tooth. Their wife's like, "What happened?" He's like, "It's been hurting for like 6 months, and they had it in the Home Depot, so I just told them to pull it. Took 5 minutes."
Just got it done. Dude, T's and P's,
Sorry,
bro.
I gotta go lay mulch.
Get you some Oragel though. That'll at least help.
Yeah,
Fuck, that's so
I'll give it a shot.
The dentist is it's like going to a mechanic where like there's never like, all right, my dentist, they'll be like, so then we're gonna have, so and so to come in and discuss the payment, and you're like, wait, what? And it's right before they do whatever, and like, okay, so we got your insurance is gonna cover this, and so out of pocket it's just gonna be like $1,100. She's like, wait, yeah, that sounds about right. I don't
that's
know.
That's a big
you're
reason I never
cleaning
minded.
my teeth, so thank God that's $1,100.
Yeah, I never minded going to the dentist as a kid, but I think the main reason is because I never had to pay the bill.
Yeah. Also, was
also
one of those
why I
where,
haven't been to the dentist in 8 years.
You had any toothaches?
Nah, dude. My teeth feel fine. I got all my wisdom teeth out when I was younger.
It was February 2023. Look how swollen my face,
That
my
is
cheek
bad. That's
was
bad.
after it getting extracted.
Yeah,
I do
chipmunk
remember when
cheeks.
you were, because that was a not cool of yours when it was happening then too.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like you put a fat filter on half of your face.
Yeah.
I was in so much pain.
Speaking of
That wasn't the worst time of my life.
T's and P's, bro. But speaking of teeth, did you see RFK's trying to like get fluoride out of water? I saw he was like, we're not taking a political stance, but that was literally an episode of Parks and Rec
That's like
where like they were like, no, Sweetums is gonna put sugar in the water instead. It's like, no, guys, what are we doing here?
that's one of those ones where like growing up, I always heard no, they put it in there, it helps your teeth, and I always believed it. But now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't know. The government kind of lies about fucking everything, so maybe it wasn't that. But also, you can say fluoride in the water. Another thing I don't understand. I'm not going to do any research to understand it.
But that's like Pluto.
I don't care one way or
Pluto
the
being
other.
a planet. Like, look, motherfucker. I was told growing up that Pluto's a planet. You can say it's not a planet anymore. You're gonna call it a dwarf planet? Sounds like a planet to me. I will. If I on a test had to write all of the planets and one of them was Pluto, fuck you. I'm never changing my mind.
Exactly.
I do not care. I was told fluoride was good for my teeth.
Yeah, and
and
you
I
know
used
what?
to drink water. And you'd swish it around. You're like, look, I'm just cleaning my teeth.
Hey, I'm going to look
Helping
at it
them.
this way. Like I just said, 8 years, no dentist, no tooth problems. I'm
Fluoride
going to say the
might be doing
fluoride's
something.
working.
Fluoride might be doing something. I don't know. Like, what else does fluoride do? I don't know.
I
It's in
think it exists
toothpaste.
only to help our teeth.
I think so.
It's like drinking water and toothpaste. That's all.
I don't know, but yeah, not to get political or anything, but it's just like we're kind of living in an episode of Parks and Rec right now.
Oh, yeah. Everything's a joke now.
It was just,
Our entire lives are just
hey,
fucking
they
jokes.
like I'm Leah. They already Leslie Knope had to combat this. This happened on The Office. Hey, I know this episode. RFK watched Parks and Rec, isn't he? He's binging Parks and Rec, and he was like, you know what we could do?
He thinks he's a combination
I'm
of
going to go
Ron
with
Swanson
Congressman Jam,
and
and I'm
Rob
going to
Lowe.
say that we're getting rid of the fluoride in the water. Congressman Jam was a dentist. Exactly.
You just got jammed. God, I love that fucking one of the best side characters of a TV show ever.
And one of my favorite lines in that whole show is when he's like, I'm up to my neck in hot sniz. All right, moving on. That was our not cool segment. That was, hey, T's and P's to everybody with the not cools this week, all right? All right? Moment of silence for all the not cools. All right, moving on. Let's get to the answers segment brought to you by us. PassTheGravyMerch.com. Get your Pass the Gravy gear at PassTheGravyMerch.com. It's the shit. If you're wearing your Pass the Gravy gear, send us a picture you doing cool shit in your Pass the Gravy gear. We'll use your pictures for the Gravy Day pictures that we post every Wednesday. PassTheGravyMerch.com. We like seeing what you get. PassTheGravyMerch.com. PassTheGravyMerch.com, the official sponsor of the Answers segment. Play
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right, our first, if you got an answers question for us, we do the pre. What are you guys laughing at?
I don't know. I just looked to the side and Bobby, like we both made eye contact at the same moment, and it just felt weird.
You're
And
talking-
you just
you're
looked like
talking
you were
shit?
like looking down here. I'm like, what is he looking at? So I looked up at you, and then you looked at me.
One
I
of the
don't know.
things that could have been on your mock draft of things you don't understand is just any of the boards or audio equipment. Like that's not like what is he supposed to be hitting
That should have been my first pick. Podcasting. I don't fucking understand
Don't
it at
know
all.
how to do it. The answer segment, that's your we do the Precome segment where we pitch our ideas. We ask our questions, like if robes are a little ambitious with pockets in them. If you want a business idea, you want to get us to do a power ranking of anything, we're the best at power ranking things. If you want us to tell you what color numbers are, what certain colors smell like, anything like that, any question on your mind, ask us at PassGrayPod. Use the hashtag PTG Answers. That's how we search for them. We search on X first. That's how we get the most questions. That's the best way to reach us at PassGrayPod. Hashtag PTG Answers. You can also email your questions to us. PassGrayPod@gmail.com. Put answers in the subject. That's how we'll find them. We have loved the ones of you guys and gals that have emailed us. lately. I think we have two emailed ones. Okay, we only have one new person this week, but still, we appreciate you guys weighing in. If you got a high thought, you want medical advice, parenting advice, relationship advice, hit us up at PassGradePod, hashtag PTG Answers, or PassGradePod@gmail.com with answers in the subject. Let's start with Mikey Paul at It's Just Mikey P on X. Mikey says, what is the shape of a shape?
Fuck you, dude. I didn't get enough sleep for this one.
What is the shape of a shape?
All right, hold on. Let me close my eyes, clear the mind.
Okay, good call. Close your eyes. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Rectangle.
Star? I got a fucking star.
I got a star too, but not pointed, more like rounded.
Like a Jewish star?
No, it was a 5-sided star.
You know, like the Kirby star? It's not pointed.
Ah, yes.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
No, I just got the ding, 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 ding.
Okay. Maybe like the star above the Pass the Gravy logo?
No, I mean, basically just the star like on the flag.
Okay.
I got a star. I guess it's a star. That's weird that two of us came up with star.
I was going to say the shape of a shape is the form that it's in. Also.
Yeah.
That would be
I
it.
mean, which shape? That's the key.
Which shape? Rectangle.
What's
But
the
I feel
shape
like
of a
I feel like
rectangle?
you guys both said star, so it's star. The shape of a shape is a star.
Just a generic shape is just a star.
Yeah.
Also, number 2, it flashed right after that. I got rhombus as a second.
All right, ready? Let's run it back. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I got octagon in my brain.
I got like a
figured it out.
triangle sphere, like a circular triangle thing, like a
Pictured
cone.
I pictured a stop sign, and then everything else stopped.
I pictured a red heart
Okay, I think we have to go back to star.
for a
'cause-
company man.
Oh yeah, a red heart. Well, you also were looking at a red heart,
I'm
so I don't think you had your
shocked I
eyes
didn't
closed.
get that.
But yeah, all right. Well,
Star.
red heart or star.
The shape of a shape is a star.
The shape of a shape is that. Great question,
Fucking
Mikey.
broke my brain.
Great question. Next one we got is from Jordan Welch at J_Welch2795, and he says, "Why are they called self-help books if they're written by somebody else? Shouldn't they just be called help books?"
I'm just picturing a guy walking into a bookstore just going, I need help.
Help!
What can I help you with? No, help.
Help!
I need help.
But yeah, self-help books do seem like it would be a journal that you yourself wrote to yourself. But also I understand the concept of like it's a self-help book because it helps you help yourself. But if it's a self-help book, you should be the one helping yourself, not someone else, not Gary V helping you help yourself. It's a help yourself book.
Yeah, also, I don't think I should ever take my own advice on how to help myself. Hasn't really gone well so far.
Hey, I think you're doing okay, buddy.
Doing all right. Wouldn't say I'm thriving.
You're surviving.
I'm a grown man that can't get a sleep schedule going.
Dude, sleep's overrated.
Sports are
though.
stupid, dude.
Sleep's overrated.
Sports dumb. Me no like.
It should be called help books. I do agree.
Yeah.
Like self-help is like if you wrote the book, like Gary Vaynerchuk, that's his last name?
Sure.
Gary V. Gary V reading his own book, that's a self-help book. You reading a Gary V book that just tells you like go do the thing you want to do. Which
that would be.
can we write let's just write a self-help book.
I bet there's some like fucking fitness influencer who's written a book like that, and he listens to his own book in like on audio,
Like Kenny Powers.
like when he's working it. Yeah, just the most insufferable douchebag you've ever met in your life.
If there's one thing I hate, it's people that don't like America. If there's two things I hate, it's people that don't like America and getting cancer.
You know what really motivates me? Me. Like, oh, shut up. I
Yeah.
hope you break your femur.
That's what Alex Ovechkin did, and he came back in like 6 weeks. Still scored the goals. Sidney
Russian gas,
Crosby
baby.
could never.
I do love that because he broke now all the highlights are just of the goal from his rookie year. Still the most incredible
Where he
thing I've ever
falls
seen.
down and
Yeah. He's backwards and upside down
That
on
was-
the ice and sweeps his stick for a goal. Like, it was
that
incredible.
was sick. Self-help books,
Should just be called help book.
they should be called help books, unless you wrote it. Great observation, Jordan. Jordan with big brains here.
I haven't used a book for self-help since the 90s.
I read John Taffer's book a couple years ago,
I was talking about Playboy.
and I get you. John Taffer's book was like a help book, but it wasn't really a help book. It was just like, don't bullshit yourself. It was like, don't trust these people. And it basically just told you, do not trust these types of people.
Did he write in all caps when you were supposed to like read it as him yelling?
Only sometimes. But yes, they were definitely.
Shut it down! Shut it down!
Turns out all you got to do is make sure that people aren't stealing from your restaurant and that your bartenders do know how to make drinks and that you mark up your prices
And you clean.
That you pack the bar instead of not having people in your bar. Who would have thought?
And just don't hand out shots to everybody that.
Yeah, don't give away. I love that part.
There's 5 people in here. Let's give them all free booze. You are counterproductive.
Why can't you pay your bartenders? I'm just a little short of money. Well, we just ran the numbers, and you gave away $1,200 worth of shots last week. That's X amount of dollars, thousands of dollars a year. What are you doing? And then they're like, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought about it overnight, and I'm gonna change. You're like, no shit.
You know what? Fuck you, John. Fuck you. Next morning. Okay, I'm ready to work on this.
Turns out if I don't give away $1,200 a night, we make more money.
Turns out my wife said I have to do this so they don't get foreclosing on our house. So
yeah,
I'm willing to listen to you now, professional.
I still watch Bar Rescue every off
It's
season
awesome.
Sunday. It rocks.
It's a
the same
great show.
formula, but
It's the same show over and over. Great every time.
Yep. All right, next one is from Alex O at Alex McThunder1 on X, and he says, "Ooh, this is a good one." He says, "Power rank these Gatorade flavors. We got red, orange, white, light blue, and yellow/green. That's the OG one, right?
Yeah.
That's what
And we're going to need Bobby to go first on this one.
because you don't know colors.
I'm really gray, and gray.
I didn't even think about that.
White, gray, black, gray.
I'm really surprised that light blue is in here over blue.
So blue that I looked up, it's
Blue's better.
cool blue
Yeah.
is what I went with.
Oh, see.
But that's not the light blue. Light blue is glacier.
That's
whatever.
true.
No,
yeah. Cool
well,
blue was the
Glacier
elite one.
Cherry is white.
No, but there was also Glacier Freeze.
Glacier
I think it was
Freeze.
the
Ooh,
light
Glacier
blue.
Freeze.
That was the light blue.
That was light blue, and then there was.
But
cool
they were all
blue.
kind of the same.
No, but cool blue.
Cool blue.
Light blue is better,
This
though.
is actually probably better because if cool blue was on here,
Cool blue be my
it is
number
a,
one.
It is a no doubt number one.
Yeah.
It's actually, I think maybe this was strategic.
Maybe, yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that.
Because everyone knows blue is number
All right,
one.
Robert, what you got?
All right, so I'm gonna go almost
You
in
going-
order here.
Okay.
I'm going red, orange.
Red one.
Yes, red number one.
Orange number 2. Wow.
Orange number 2. I really
Bold.
like that one. I don't think I've ever had white, so I'm gonna go light blue, white, and then yellow green. I don't like the yellow green one.
That's the OG. Okay. All right. Well, I'll give you the right order.
Child's list.
5 is Naranje.
See.
Naranje. Orange is 5. Not that it's bad, but of the options we were just given, it is by far 5th place.
The only time you drink orange is when somebody brought like a bunch of them and it's the last flavor in the cooler.
And you're like, I'm not going to hate on it,
yeah.
but like it's just not the better one.
Yeah.
Red, kind of similar. If you like red and orange, I feel like a lot of times like that would be the last two people would get.
Fruit punch is
People
what
either
it is. And
it's either
good.
people's favorite or it's at the bottom of the barrel and no one wants it. But like orange and red are either your favorites and that's like all you drink, or it's like not getting touched when you put it out in a cooler. So I go orange, 5th, red 4. Red still rocks. It's just not as good as the other ones. Number 3, light blue, the cool blue raspberry. It's raspberry flavored basically, but it's blue raspberry.
No, it's blue. Is
But-
the flavor.
Right. What
But it's light blue.
like when Michael's getting his car cleaned out and he's like, "What would you want me to throw this sports drink?" He's like, "What flavor is it?" He's like, "Blue Blast." Oh, Blue Blast. No, keep that. No, what flavor is it? Blue Blast.
Blue always the best.
But light blue, I would go light blue 3rd. Yellow green is 2. It's just a solid like if no Gatorade but yellow green is available, that's perfect. Lemon lime.
Yeah, I mean, they nailed
hits.
it with the OG.
It's the OG. And then white Glacier Cherry slaps.
Yeah, white cherry. Good.
Glacier Cherry is just chef's kiss. It's perfect. So white, yellow, green, light blue, red, and orange.
All right. We're starting off the same. I got orange 5.
Okay.
I got red 4. Nothing. It's good, but when I want like Gatorade, Powerade, something like that, the flavor I want is not fruit punch.
And Robert, what's
It's
your
like
favorite
it's
color?
Good. It just doesn't.
Red.
Red. So I feel like also Gatorade, when you were a kid, you were so much more influenced by whatever your favorite color was. You get that one because like girls like the watermelon Gatorade. The
Plus
pink
the red
would
dye
fuck.
40 is turning horses gay or whatever is the talking point now.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
I don't know. RFK told me that. Yeah, that's 4. 3, I'm gonna go white cherry. Love it.
Okay.
These are all pretty even for me up here at the top, or at least 3 and 2. 2, I'm going light blue. I go 1 yellow. Like
lemon lime.
As a kid, every time my dad would run into the store, like on the way to baseball games, he'd be like, "You want a Gatorade?" We say yes. He always came out with the yellow.
That's the one.
And we're always like, "Dad, blue. What the fuck?"
But that one's safe.
But now, as I've grown up and matured more, yellow was the best. Yellow was the best for hydrating you. I feel like all around sports performance. Blue tasted the best and hydrated you well, but I feel like yellow actually was like a medical.
It was
flavor
the OG
for
one,
it.
yeah.
And it's just so fucking good. I'm drinking one right now.
Good call.
I'm drinking a yellow one right now.
Blur out the logo though, so because we don't know what
Yeah.
it is that he's drinking, even though we literally just said Gatorade. But
Oh man, that's so refreshing and hits the spot and it's just the perfect hydration flavor.
It does. But like blue is like it looks like it's water. Like it looks like really cold water.
Yes.
So like, and then that's
Cool
why.
blue.
But that's why the white looks like cold. It's like it reminds me of the bottle of water that they had in Waterboy. It's always cold. You're like, oh, that glacier cherry.
That was the cool blue. That was
glacier
that color.
cherry fucks. So this is a really fun one. Everybody also power rank your favorite Gatorades in the comments.
Everyone has
as well.
regular blue as the greatest though.
Regular blue rocks. Yeah, it would have been unfair. But also with the Powerade too.
You know what's my
was
number 2 actually
the
behind
number
that?
one.
Green, the melon flavor. They don't make it, but Powerade does.
But I think
that's the best. Remember, it was Green Squall way back in the day. I miss those names.
Because it was like Gatorade Frost was what it was, and that just popped.
I remember when it was Green Squall all those years. I always loved it, and I was like, "This is the best flavor."
Ocean.
I had no idea what the flavor was until somewhere along the line they're like, "Let's just name it what the flavor is." When they started doing that, and they're like, "It's melon," and I was like,
Done.
"Melon." That's the flavor that I couldn't name for 12 years.
The watermelon ones also slap too.
You know what I'm
And
not
then
a fan of?
purple isn't bad either.
I don't like the lime cucumber one.
Yeah, cucumber is hit or miss when you throw it in a drink, but it's like I don't need that in a sports drink.
It's like it's close
Cucumber
to
in
refreshing.
a water, okay.
It's almost refreshing, but it's not in any way.
Yeah.
It's just disappointing.
Great power rankings, Alex O.
Great power rankings.
Great power rankings. Alex O is carrying the power ranking game this year. What do we got next? Abby Givens at Abby Givens 17, who I would say like trust tree, maybe MVP frontrunner, woman of the year.
People are talking.
MVP frontrunner. A lot of people.
People are talking.
A lot of people are saying that. Abby says. She's at Abby Givens 17 on X, and she says, "Why is it called a pair of pants or a pair of underwear if there's only one? Also, why would underwear have pockets? I used to have a pair that had a pocket and never knew why."
That's got to be a woman thing. I don't think there's ever been a pair of male underwear with a pocket. Other side than,
for your junk.
junk
I would
pouch.
guess drugs, or I don't know. I don't know women.
Yeah,
but
drugs.
We don't understand women, but tampons,
Also, maybe
It's
a
a
small,
tampon, a pocket.
small taser
small taser, cocaine,
or some mace. Drugs.
drugs, or
It's drugs. That's why the pocket was there.
drugs or tampons.
Those were festival underwear.
Yeah, they were. And then
It's called a pair because it's
there's
got two
one.
holes.
Yeah, but it's
And
there's
legs.
one pair is you have two legs.
Yeah,
So that's why it's a pair.
because they were probably called stockings way back and that's
Pair of
plural.
stockings, yeah.
It's a pair because pants is plural.
Yeah, knickerbockers.
It would be I'm putting on a pant, but I'm putting on a pair of pants.
Right. Because there's
Because
two
English
legs.
makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, it
That's
doesn't make
why.
sense, but that's why they call it a pair. And the pockets for tampons or drugs.
And in Spanish, pantalones.
Pantalones. Mi gata el gato en mi pantalones. Naranja. Naranja.
Papaya.
I think I already said on the podcast, my daughter has this like color game or color thing that she hits, and you can put it in Spanish or French or English. I always put it in Spanish, and orange is the funniest because it's naranja. Naranja.
It's a fun word.
Naranja. You're like, ooh, naranja. She's going to learn Spanish. She's going to teach me Spanish. It's going to be great. Or she's just going to know how to translate for me. I'm like, Daddy wants you to ask this person this. Talk to the DoorDash guy.
You should make sure she learns Swedish, so if you ever meet just a random Detroit Red Wing,
Or
Haha, I know 5 words for you, sir.
Is that how it's pronounced, though? Is that how the thing is pronounced?
naranja. I think
Because
so.
it's
naranja.
ha, not
Naranja.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's naranja.
It's not ja.
But it's probably just like the
You
computer.
got a fucking white speak and spell.
It is actually white except for the colors that you hit.
Bing. Tacos.
Azul.
Tortillas.
Rojo.
Fucking Rojo.
Blanco.
Negro. No.
Don't.
Negro.
Don't. It's negro. Or negra. Naranja. Just like the naranja.
Negra. That sounded bad in my head.
It did.
It feels. You know what?
Is Spanish racist, Robert?
What do you mean?
I don't like the way that they say black.
They made it hard for me to pronounce words, and I feel excluded. So I'm
Yes.
calling your language racist.
It's not Robert's language. Was that your first language? No, English was your first language.
English is my first
See?
language. Yeah.
So don't call it his language. It's their language.
It's more his than anybody else's in the
Spaniards.
room.
True. But not. Because L knows more. Naranja.
Yo soy mucho bueno a
Naranja.
la español.
All right. Moving on. Great question, Abby. This is from Andrew Alderman, writes in again, and he says, is dryer lint clean or dirty?
Oh, it's so fucking clean.
It's got to be clean.
It's clean. It's just a collection of dust.
It was literally washed
lint,
and
whatever.
dried.
That's true.
That's how you get the lint. I mean, you washed it already, and then it's whatever was left.
It is clean. It's probably just a little dusty.
But it's clean dust. It's like the cleanest dust you will probably ever have.
No, I mean like the lint collects and that lint is clean, but then it also, in that filter, there is dust. Dust not clean. But you can just clean off a little dust. It's just dusty. It's not clean.
It's clean.
Did you guys follow that at all?
It's dusty clean.
Dusty clean is like, I think that's a good fake name.
That'd be like a cool wrestler.
It's like when quarterbacks check into hotels, they don't use their real name. It's like, hi, got a room for Dusty Clean?
He's Ron Mexico's like next door neighbor.
Shout out Ron Mexico.
Shout out Ron Mexico.
But yeah, it's clean as fuck.
Robert, you agree?
Yeah, I still wouldn't want it like in my things, but yeah.
Yeah, like the lint in my belly button, not clean.
Not clean, unless it's in the shower. What if you get in the shower? But also, the lint is
Probably
from
still
your
not clean.
shirt that you put on, and that's a clean shirt usually. Which
Sometimes.
is just so it's yeah. I would go lint from the dryer much cleaner than lint from your belly button.
It's a bold statement, but I'll back you up on it.
Yeah. That's why, like, sometimes, like, you know, when people like would put candy in their pockets, you pull out a little lint. It's like, well, it's clean. If you think about it, it was just washed.
Yeah, it's just a little linty.
Just a little linty. Adds a little flavor to it. Yes.
You know what? You know what this candy could really use? A little touch of Downy.
That's soap. No, it's cilantro. Just tell yourself it's cilantro.
There's a little bit of summer breeze in there.
Yes, dryer lint is clean.
Very.
Great question. What we got next? We've got last question is from Jonathan W. Welcome to the pod, Jonathan. Jonathan says, there are flightless birds, but are there any swimless fish?
Fucking octopuses, dude. They just, or squids. They just float around.
Starfish.
Ooh.
Burn.
There we go.
Also, I did a little research on this. It's going to sound made up. Batfish are fish that have their pectoral fin. They use it to kind of like walk across the ocean floor. They don't really
I know
swim.
what ones
They
you're
kinda-
talking about.
They kind of like hover. If you Google batfish, it just looks like it's like walking. It's like, what's up? Still got like a little like one leg on the floor the whole time. Swimless fish. Always hangs out at the bottom.
Starfish, though. Great answer.
Starfish is a great answer.
They're just fucking laying there, not putting in any
They
effort.
float, but they don't swim.
Also, if you cut off their leg, they'll just fucking grow another one.
That's fucking sick, though.
I love that we figured it out because back in the day, fishermen or docksmen,
did it.
They were just cutting these things in half and throwing them back in the water. What was the point of fucking cutting it in the first place?
They were making more.
But no, we discovered it because we were throwing them back, and then they're like, oh, look, they're just regrowing.
But they were just
Why were we cutting them in the first place?
Because they were like, I don't know, you seem evil.
Can you eat starfish?
I think it's just a rock.
Like, I assume you have to be able to eat it, but like...
I don't think you can.
I've never heard of... Is it like super toxic, like pufferfish or something? Now I want it. You've told me I can't have it, and now I want it.
Can you eat starfish? Yes, you can eat starfish. It's generally safe to consume and may provide many beneficial nutrients to the body, provided you thoroughly clean it before removing stomach and intestines.
I feel like you have to like fry it up kind of like calamari.
It can't be that good. You know?
Yeah, but if you fry it like calamari,
right,
and dip it in garlic
just
butter,
put it in a bunch of other
probably
stuff.
Pretty good.
Just make it taste not at all like what it tastes like. And it tastes great.
Yeah. Just douse it in fucking salt and lemon.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hey, we learned something today. You can eat starfish.
Yeah. So who says you don't learn things on Past the Gravy?
Add it to the bucket list.
Hey, that's not something we don't understand. We understand
Fucking
it now.
living.
All right, guys. We love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's do the random celebrity before I forget.
Alex Ovechkin.
Alex Ovechkin. Robert, who you got?
I'm going to go Walton Goggins.
Fuck, I was going to go Walton Goggins. I'm going to go John Hamm because the other guy from White Lotus kind of looks like a knockoff John Hamm.
You got to respect Walton Goggins for making just a terrible hairline sexy.
Because he grew it out, yeah.
It's like on top of his head.
Did you finish White Lotus?
Yeah, I just finished it yesterday.
What are your thoughts on the finale? I've not watched the season yet. I'm going to binge it this
finale?
Weekend. Was it worth
I liked
it?
the finale. I did like the finale. The season overall, it was kind of like a 3 out of 5 for me.
Okay.
But that's because we watched it week to week. If you're
You
gonna
just binge?
it, if you're gonna binge it now, you probably will like it more.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do that this weekend, I think. Okay. So we got Keira Knightley, The Doors, Sean Connery, Maria Sharapova, Stefan Edberg, Brian Eno, Walla Davis, and Jennifer Lopez. Walton Goggins, John Hamm, Alex Ovechkin. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Maria Sharapova pops up again. Denzel Washington, Madonna. I thought about doing Madonna, but I didn't.
No, you did it.
Humphrey Bogart, Angelina Jolie, Bradley Cooper, Nirvana, and Ryan Gosling. Last one. We'll do one more. Oasis, Mary Pickford, Beyonce, Bette Midler, Jean Arthur, Paul Giamatti, Judi Dench, and Joe DiMaggio.
Fuck. Probably don't even have Ovi in there because he's Russian and they're boycotting.
That might be it. You didn't even think about that at all. Didn't think about that at all. All right, guys. I'm at Alex J. Middleton on all socials. Pat's at Not Pat Dion on all socials. Robert is at Robert Barbosa at 03 on socials. Don't forget to mark your calendars for April 27th, the Houston Clothing Swap. At Houston Clothing Swap on IG. Give them a follow as well. At Pass the Gravy Pod on all socials. Go subscribe, like, share us with a friend. We love you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Until we talk to you next time, Pass the Gravy. Yeah, bitches.
Gravy, gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pass the Gravy. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. And we go ahead and lick and we'll get rich today.